Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today here with me is Nick Kozlov. Thank you, Nick, for coming here today and taking time to share your story of your career and life. I appreciated it a lot. You co-founded at least 2 companies, and you spoke on the number of conferences and hackathons on cryptocurrency at least 7 times, and you also you also dropped out of the uni, and I think you achieved a lot too, for a guy in 20s, and your journey it was quite unusual and unordinary, and I look forward to talking to you.
Yeah, I think that it's really hard to say that I founded companies. I could say that it's kind of startups.
Yeah,
it's not really
startups.
Profitable, so somehow it's not like sustainable business. Just kind of, I don't know, kind of some ideas, like experiments. So, but yeah, I didn't count how many events how many hackathons I participated. But yeah, maybe something like this.
Let's maybe start talking about bottom wallet startup that you co-founded in 2017.
Yep.
Yeah, let's start talking about that and see where it goes.
Yeah, I think it's quite basic story. I think it's quite common for anyone who have been on hackathon at least once. You just try to play with some ideas, and if you find that something sounds good, you want to try to make something out of it after the hackathon.
Mm-hmm.
In hackathons where I was a member, there were multiple times the founders of the hackathons, they were trying to support you after the hackathon. They had some questions like, what are your plans after you will finish this hackathon with this project? Do you want to continue?
And did that project start on the hackathon?
Yep. Basically, I think maybe I was really focused on the task to win this hackathon, not to actually make such a startup.
Yeah.
But if you really want to win something, you need to show everyone that this idea is kind of worth it somehow.
But how do you win in a hackathon?
Actually, it was kind of a random, being honest, because I didn't have any plans to build this startup at the hackathon originally. I was just experimenting with the smart contracts. It's kind of a concept that is quite unpopular. It was quite unpopular at that moment, and I was trying to.
It wasn't that popular as today, maybe.
Yeah, it started to grow, but the whole concept is that you do have some programmable conditions, and these conditions it's possible to prove that they will be executed under these programmable conditions under any single circumstances. You can't change the code base; it's immutable, and if you want to run something on this platform, like a system, I can call it, operation system, you just need to have some cryptocurrency to run any function there, and you can program basically whatever you want there. And idea is that.
What do you mean whatever you want?
Let's imagine you want to have.
You first you need to create a cryptocurrency.
No, you don't have any restrictions like this. You just have kind of a software language.
Yeah.
It's called Solidity. You can basically write any function that is kind of makes sense. I don't know, you want to make a betting app. You want to bet on something, for example. The most simplest example.
Okay, so you want to create a platform that can accept some bettings.
Yes, actually that was the main, what we wanted to play with. The idea is that I was trying to learn how the blockchain works. And I was trying to explain it to someone because it's the best way how you can learn something, based on my opinion. That's what basically fits for me better.
So you were interested in blockchain, and then you went on the hackathon, and then like what you were
We
trying
made-
to create?
We made kind of an app. It was actually a Telegram bot at that moment,
Yeah.
and we just made a kind of an app
Yeah.
bot that allows you to bet on some event.
To bet on any event.
Kind of, yes. Like, for example, a sport event.
Okay.
We made it, it was kind of hard-coded, I think, at that moment, like some specific sport event. Let's imagine that
But
these guys will be the
yeah.
winners of this of the 2024 Cup. And that doesn't matter what actually event it was. The main point was that we want to show that, let's imagine you and me will put some money into some third party.
Yeah.
And this third party is programmable to
Yeah.
give reward only to the person who will win in this bet.
I see. Okay.
These conditions are transparent, they are hard-coded, they
Yeah.
are immutable.
Yeah.
And the whole concept is that if you will try to change your decision, you are unable to somehow break the...
You can't break the contract.
Yes.
Okay.
Some kind of this we want to explain. It was actually later.
But can you like bet their like real money or cryptocurrency money?
It was cryptocurrency money,
Mm-hmm.
since it's really not easy to bet real money there,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of legal constraints if you want to use the real assets.
So did you create your own cryptocurrency or you used
I think we made kind of own token. Yes, it's
okay
quite
your
easy.
own token
Yes.
for your platform
Yes.
for betting?
Yes.
Okay.
The whole point was just to show off how cool it is to use the blockchain for like some things like that.
Yeah.
And it's quite easy to build such app in like 1-2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I later realized that it was not the perfect idea, because the problem is that you never understand what are the conditions who won. You can't
Mm-hmm.
detect this on the blockchain. You need to have somebody who will submit this information to the blockchain.
Yeah.
And this smart contract will make a decision.
Yeah.
It's kind of not trivial problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's solved in some way, but it requires you to have some kind of setup with multiple parties who will provide this information, some kind of
And you need
consensus.
to validate it somehow.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are multiple projects in the industry who are trying to solve that problem, and who already solved them,
Yeah.
solved it in some way.
Yeah.
And it's all based on some financial mechanics. Like that's the persons, they call it oracles. Basically, they're
Oracles?
entities who will supply information to blockchain from any other source of the world. Like from off-chain to blockchain.
But will they take that information from the internet
Yes,
or
they can do it whatever from any source they want. The only problem they need to solve, they need to supply this information to their smart contract.
But are these oracles like bots?
It can be as just a bot, a software bot that will
Yeah.
do something. It can be a person who will just do it manually. It
They-
can be some semi-automated solution.
It just like takes some information and put it like submit it to the
Yes.
platform.
Yes.
And
They do have some kind of mechanism that enforce them to be truthful
Yeah.
in some way. For example, if you will try to lie,
Yeah.
and everyone else will say like it's true,
Yeah.
you will be slashed. They will force you, kick you out of the system.
Okay.
And you also will need to stake some money to participate. So if you will
But
make a lie.
But do you get some reward? Like, what is like the motivation even to participate in this?
Yes, you do have some fee, and you're kind of getting paid for that. The
Oh,
whole
okay.
ecosystem is kind of like there are some providers of information. There is a fee, and some part of this fees from all these participating in this ecosystem goes to providers of this information. It's called oracles, basically.
Oracles, okay.
Uh,
Can you give some example of the platform that uses that oracles?
I think the main popular one right now is Polymarket.
Polymarket,
Yes,
okay.
they do supply all information to the blockchain
Yeah.
using oracles. There are multiple systems like UMA, it's called. Also, there is a Chainlink that do basically have an ecosystem of oracles that are trying to say
what is? I know about Polymarket. Polymarket is just like a
Betting app, yes.
betting platform. I think it's banned in US.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, and you can only bet cryptocurrency there, like
Yes.
not real money.
I mean, it's philosophical question, what is real money in terms of
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
have a USDC, it's kind of liquid right now,
Yeah.
quite enough to pay for almost anything except maybe you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
what you are not buying every day, I hope. So like it's philosophical, but yeah, like the point market I think is the mainstream platform where oracles are used right now. They
Yeah.
are used to supply information about any betting
Mm-hmm.
problem. Like let's imagine Trump will win or like Biden or like Kamala
Yeah.
Harris will win. How you will know that in the blockchain? Basically all the conditions of this bet, of this betting, they are hard-coded in the blockchain, and smart contract, the software that makes a decision who is the winner, who is the loser, they needs to get this information from somewhere.
Yeah.
And there is kind of a source of information that will supply it from these oracles, that will get it from these oracles. Usually it's kind of multiple sources of truth. You aggregate all of them and
Yeah.
you do some median of them or like average, whatever. There is some algo how to detect what is the solution.
Yeah, I
Depends on
see.
the value because sometimes it's binary value, sometimes it's percentage, like double float or like whatever. It's a bit less easier to understand what value you need to take if there are like 10 float points, like values, and you need to detect which one you want to do.
I see.
Like, for example, if some of them is really too huge, and there is difference between average and this value, and this difference is more than like 20%,
Yeah.
maybe you want to filter it out. You want to have some normal distribution, I don't know, or like something like this regression, linear regression, whatever. It depends on the algo. There are also constraints because you don't want to have a lot of computation
Yeah.
because each computation, like
Takes time?
it takes money.
Takes money.
Like
Okay.
in blockchain, any type of computation, multiplication, like whatever, even the most simplest one, it takes some. It takes some money in the end of all. Like,
I see.
and you want to have minimum amount of computation if you're doing something on chain. Basically, all the logic there must be extremely simple. It's extremely like easy to compute, and no one is doing anything complex usually.
I see. Let's just go back to the bottom wallet. So you were on the hackathon
Yes.
and you tried to create this bot that would just accept bettings.
Yes.
And what happened after that?
So we had a team, and it was my idea to do this.
Yeah.
But we had like I think 2 or 3 people
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
who made it. And after the hackathon, we won the hackathon basically. And one of the guys who was on another team,
Yeah.
he came to us and was like,
On the other team.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
he was like, hey guys, it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like I know how to make a business from it.
Yeah.
And
Do you remember what the other guy was trying to do?
being honest, I mean, maybe something with virtual reality, something with VR, maybe something like that.
What?
With
Sorry?
VR,
With VR?
virtual, like
What is with VR?
VR, like
VR?
yes,
Like something
virtual reality, like this like Oculus stuff.
like something for Oculus?
Yes, I think
But-
I don't
but-
remember what specifically
but-
was there.
But were Oculus around at that time?
It was a hackathon. I think it was Microsoft hackathon,
Yeah.
and they don't have an Oculus. It was another like platform. It was called Microsoft HoloLens. Maybe I think our like he was doing something there on this hackathon. I'm not really sure because there were
Does Microsoft has their own glasses?
they
VR glasses?
used to had these glasses,
Yeah.
and on the hackathon they have several like directions
Yeah.
where you can participate.
Oh, I see.
Using multiple technologies. Like
Yeah.
you need to pick one of them and build something on top of that if you want to be liable for the hackathon, for the submission. And one of them was VR.
Yeah.
Another one was like machine learning, like APIs, basically something related to how you will detect speech
Yeah.
or like how you will detect something
Yeah.
on the photo. Another one was blockchain.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, I think another one was something related to the mobile apps. They had cross-platform framework to build something using C#.
I see.
So yeah, there were multiple, like
And you were like 18 years old, right? Like 19, 20?
I think 19
19.
or 20 or something like this.
Okay. And the other guy approached you and said like,
It's a cool idea, like
yeah,
maybe we can do something with that. I
Yeah.
have a vision that it will be much more bigger than just hackathon project. And I was like, okay, why not?
Yeah.
Basically, we had zero plans to continue working on that.
yeah,
Being honest, like we didn't actually care a lot. I think I was already employed there at that moment, and I was mostly focusing on my job. Not
Yeah.
like hackathons was just some kind of, I
like
don't know.
just something for fun.
Yes, like some
So,
side
so you,
events.
so you weren't thinking that you may like create some project and start working on it. You were just doing that for fun.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand how to play with the blockchain, how to explain it to
Yeah.
someone. And I was trying to experiment with different ideas. And the best feedback you can get on the hackathon is that you will win.
Yeah.
Because if you will win, that means that some people, they understood what you were
Okay.
trying to do. And this idea is kind of makes sense.
I see. Yeah, makes
And
sense. Yeah.
I was doing some internal, like, not lectures, but just some kind of, we had small community in the multiple universities where we were trying to learn like the smart contracts.
Yeah.
And I was helping like everyone to understand that, also myself. And
Yeah.
I was trying to find the best example how you can do something with the solidity. But it was really hard to find the use case that will be easy to understand and easily to program. And it was kind of part of this, of my brainstorm, what we actually can do with the solidity.
I see.
How good it will be, like in general, for general audience to understand what is the value of it.
At this point, like, did you know that it will grow and be like a big deal in the future, or you were just like interested in the technology and because of that you wanted to learn more about that?
I think I didn't care about business at all.
Yeah.
Like, and I have no idea how
Yeah.
to make it in general. And I was just focused on the technology and some small practical aspects just to prove that it's somehow valuable. Because if you don't have anything valuable in the technology, it doesn't make sense to do it at all, like anything like that.
But why did you become like interested in this technology?
In the first place, I think it's just random. Like we just had an opportunity to participate in multiple like directions
Yeah.
where Microsoft had some context,
Yeah.
some resources. They had several like master classes, forums related to this context. And I participated in one of them related to the blockchain. The main reason why I participated was there was no one else who had any interest in going there in our group. And I was like almost alone. I was like, why not? Because it's just somehow interesting to learn about something new. And it was always some news or rumors that it's kind of, maybe it's interesting, it's too complicated. It's somehow related to cryptography, to math. I had almost zero knowledge what is it, but I wanted to understand at least general what is it.
Yeah.
And masterclass is kind of nice way how you can get something, at least some understanding how it works in a short amount of time. Microsoft had fantastic events in Russia.
Yeah.
Actually, I know this guy who was mainly responsible for this event.
Yeah.
I still know him still these days, and he's great.
Do you keep in touch?
Yes.
Oh,
I
that's
found
cool.
him. He's like great guy, and he basically made such a great event that I was like, whoa, that's nice. Like the whole industry is quite interesting. I had quite different understanding how it works before. I think it was mistaken because of the fraud and scams related to the cryptocurrency. I was thinking that mostly cryptocurrency are just like casino, betting,
I
and
see.
fraud,
Yeah.
and it's not related to technologies in general. It's just some kind of another way how you can make a casino. Maybe in the end it's like that, but if you will go deeper, maybe it's actually like that. But I got understanding that it's not only related to the money in general. The blockchain is kind of concept which you can apply not only to financial technology, but also to some other things. And the
Like
whole conference.
what fascinates you the most about cryptocurrency and like smart contracts and like all of it?
It was not actually a common concept like the smart contracts in general. And I didn't know that it's possible to do something like that. I was thinking that there was only like a Bitcoin, you can just transfer some currency and
Yeah.
I didn't have any personal problem with censorship or like issues with the banks because I was quite too young. I didn't have any money in general. So if you don't have any like a lot of money, you don't have any problems related to the censorship because like
Censorship?
I mean yes, like the
Okay.
like I didn't know anything about Bitcoin well, and I can't understand that because it was not related to me, since I don't have such problems. Like censorship, fault tolerance, all of that was not my problem because I didn't have any money in general,
Yeah.
like to.
No money, no problems.
Yes, kind of this.
Yeah.
Later, and Ethereum was a bit different concept. It was not related to their money first. It was mostly related to the concept like, hey, you can just write a software, run it on each computer, and you have some guarantee that like, until Ethereum is not broken, like the consensus of Ethereum is not broken, you have some guarantee that this code will be executed based on these rules, and everyone will get the same result. And based on that, you can build something that will be like transparent without any trust issues, and no one can enforce or somehow change the decision, and that's it. And it was so unusual for me because I never was thinking about that in this way, that you can somehow affect the software, you can somehow change the code, and it will end up by making much more benefits to you, for example, not to anyone else. That I was like, whoa, that sounds cool, and it was so sophisticated at the moment that I was like, I need to play with that. Maybe something valuable will come out of it, and that's it. Like,
so you were just like curious about the new technology,
Yep.
and you wanted to explore it.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand how it works, and it was not so many people that were actually interested in that. And I do have some kind of interest to industries where there are not a lot of people, because I'm not trying to go with the mainstream. I'm sometimes trying not to go with the mainstream. And I was thinking that like this technology have some potential, and not a lot of people do understand how huge it is at that moment. That's what I had.
So you actually thought that it's gonna be huge later.
I mean, the Ethereum, yes.
Yeah.
Not related to my project, but the whole Ethereum paradigm, I was like, yes, this could be huge because it's just something so new and so like not related to anything else I knew before. That yes, maybe it will be huge. And also it was so simple to do something on that because I was not really high-skilled software developer at that moment, at least. And I was able to do something like in just a couple of hours. And it was not a huge app or something like this, but it was quite easy.
How did you start learning about the Ethereum? Did you like Google some stuff? Watched YouTube? Like what?
We had a guy who had some master classes about Solidity and stuff at Microsoft when I went to the conference. I can't say that I actually learned a lot from that. I just got some keywords like I need to Google later, and after that I just started to Google it myself and tried to reproduce what he had in the program. Like for like he had a master classes for like 1 week, so you have enough time to try to reproduce or read the code that he made.
I see.
And I was just trying to walk through that for a while. And step by step, I started to learn more, and I found some more internet context about that. And after a certain period of time, I just switched to another, I don't know, it was some website of the guy who was just doing something there, and he had the best way for me to understand that. He had some small course that I used as a template and tried to develop it a bit more later. That's how I started.
Yeah,
I think it was just a couple of websites and pure interest.
The guy approached you, and he said like maybe we can do something about that. And like what happened after that? You started working on that project.
Yep, basically that's it.
But actually you started from trying to develop this platform for betting, but later you tried to it evolved to be the wallet, right?
The whole paradigm was that I didn't want to do anything related to betting. It was just the most trivial example how you can explain somebody what is smart contract,
Yeah.
based on my opinion at that moment. In general, I just was thinking that like it's a cool idea to do something with your finance in an app like Telegram, because I was a big fan of Telegram at that moment, and it was just fantastic to use it for everything else. But there was no any financial part of it, and I was really hating to use another apps like banking apps to do something like transfers and stuff. And I heard about like WeChat in China that like it's just super app. You can do whatever you want there. You can pay. You can send tips to anyone else. And it was quite uncommon at that moment. And I was like, okay, maybe it's time to make something like WeChat, but in Russia and Europe. Maybe we need something like this. And it was kind of ambitious idea, but it was just a lot of fun to play experiment with Telegram because they had fantastic API at that moment. It was much more less entry barrier, lower entry barrier than any other like messaging app. You just can feel what you are doing instantly. Like you don't need to wait hours or years or weeks to get some permissions, to get production token. You can just write some backend, deploy it in 1 second to whatever, like to any cloud, and you had a working app on your phone. And it was a huge headache to do something else, to have such a short feedback loop. And yeah, I just like to do something on Telegram. I liked do something on the blockchain, and it was just combined.
Okay,
And
so like, was that your idea to, or was it like
I think it was kind of,
brainstorm?
I don't
like
want to lie,
something?
maybe I think it was another guy idea, but we brainstormed a lot and we came to conclusion that something like a wallet, something like app that will do multiple things together, like in the Telegram with the cryptocurrency, and maybe not only with the cryptocurrency in future, it will be just nice. And I will use that, for example, like personally. If I will try to do something, it will be really very handy to use Telegram for that. It's just
And
useful.
how long it took for you to implement like some MVP that you can show to other people and like just show and say like, hey, it's a cool tool to use, like
I think it took like a week together with my
one
friends.
week?
Yes, I had a friend who was like, he's a machine. I can say like, he was doing that really fast. I was
Yeah.
helping him a lot, but I think he was the main contributor on the software side. And we just sit together like for a week. We were still studying at the university at that moment, and we just spent like whole week just coding and vibing, and it was vibe coding but without AI. And we made something that was kind of okay to show. And we sent this prototype. We just showed this prototype. It was deployed already to our friends, like to our potential co-founder, I can say, without expecting anything huge. We just liked it, I can say.
Yeah.
And he made a huge traction in just a couple of weeks. I think he said to us that he raised some money.
What do you mean huge traction? Did he start pushing to the users, or he started showing it to potential investors?
He did all of that in like 1-2 weeks
You
alone.
mean like showing it to the potential
Yes.
users and investors?
Yes.
Okay.
All together. I don't know the details how he did it, but I think in 1-2 weeks later, he went back to us and said like, hey, we have this amount of users, I think. I
Like
guess,
do you remember how many users was that?
I think it was less than a couple of thousands. Like he made some promotions to some Telegram groups. Maybe
So it was like 2,000-3,000 users.
something like that. Maybe he made like several thousand users joined the bot. I think something like that. And not all of them were using the app,
Yeah.
because some of them are just also bots. But it was kind of this number. And he started to go to some his friends, investors, and one of our future investors,
Yeah.
he helped him a lot, and he invested like the first money. So it was like 2-3 weeks when we got some money, I think. It was not a lot, but it was some number that we understood. That after this point, we understood that we can take it a bit more serious. It's
And
not just fun right now.
And do you remember like how much was the initial investment?
Like $3,000 to $5,000, I think something like this. The first angel investment was the guy who made like $2,000, I think. And he just said like, okay, I can introduce you to these guys maybe later. And I just do believe into that.
But this was only like for maybe for the servers that you used, like for some.
We didn't pay for the servers in general because we had opportunity to use Microsoft like Azure. We were part of the community of Microsoft, and we had ability to use some free credits as a students, just because we were like part of this group. I can say.
And do you remember what you spent those $3,000?
I actually didn't see, I think, all this money. Maybe I saw like $500 or something like that from this money, because we, in the beginning with my another co-founder who was doing like the business part, we actually didn't have agreement that I will be the founder or my friend will be the founder. We just helped him with his idea. And
you were just like doing all the technical side.
Yes. We didn't care about business in general. We just care about money. And he said like, I can pay you just if you will do this. I was like, okay, why not? It's just funny, and it's really relevant to what I want to do. So we did what he needed. He gave us some money, I think like $500 or something like that, for like a week or two or four. And we were like, okay, nice. That's a deal. Like we can work together, because he kind of paid for what he wants. And I didn't have any huge plans for the startup because I think before that I participated in some small startups like ideas, and all of them ends up with no money, and time was just spent on nothing.
And do you remember like how much ideas did you try to work on and all of that? Just like
I think it was like 2 or 3 ideas, something like also related to the Telegram, something related to some apps that do something with the cryptocurrency as well.
So you try to do something, and then eventually just like didn't work out. People had no interest in it, and you just like.
I think the main problem was that we didn't have any budget almost at all. We used almost only our resources to develop something, and we had some agreement that if we will do something on a certain point, we will get paid, but it was not like executed, I can say. So we didn't get paid for something, and we didn't have any interest to continue developing that, because we were mostly developers, not the creators who will do something with this. And it was not our idea. We didn't want to take it and to continue on it. I was mostly interested on implementation, not on the idea.
I see.
Because I had some concept, and I think I still have this in my mind, that working with like hands-on something is more important than idea. And I was trying to focus on execution.
You mean like executing is more important than the idea?
Yes. Like I had some ideas in my head, but I didn't care. I just wanted to do something. Because if you
just try to execute something and see if it works out.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I just had a feeling that if I will not do something, it's just like buzzwords. Like you just need to prove with the code what you're doing. Everything else is not relevant. It's not actually important, because at that moment it was not really easy to write the code, write an app, and you do respect people only when they show something that is working, and that is
when they can deliver.
Yes, that was the main criteria, I think, for me at least, for a certain period of time, how I try to filter like bad and good, like.
You mean like
projects,
competent projects and like not competent?
Yes, like also people who are doing something, if they are only talking about that, if they don't have anything working, like what's the point? Like I usually stopped like listening to them, because if you can't like make something, there is no any sense to talk with you.
Yeah, makes sense. Like if you want to work with them, it makes sense.
Yes. And I was trying to focus on that as well. It's not like easy, so I was trying always to find some. I was not caring about what to do, if it's kind of relevant and legal. I mean, I was only caring about like how much money I can make from it, and how much resources it's gonna take.
So you thought that? Did you think of it like you're gonna be like really strong expert in this area? This area is gonna be like huge, and then like probably you'll like be able to make money in it, or you thought about it like this is the business like that may take off and we will all benefit from it?
I can't say that I am an expert, being honest. Like,
Yeah.
I just had some experience there for years, but
No, I mean that.
mean,
No, I
I
mean.
never know that.
I mean that at that
Yes,
point.
I had no idea that I will have any. I had no idea that we will survive this period. I mean, not physically, but this industry will be like anyone will be interested to anyone else except me and small group of geeks. It was not really transparent. Is it a thing in general at that moment? I think it was really not transparent until 2020, like when it was a bit more obvious that yes, maybe cryptocurrency is a thing and it will survive. Until then, I think the main point was like, does it make sense or not? That was the main point of the whole industry. And I had no idea, like, it ends up with something or not.
Yeah.
It was almost all the time. It was just like, let's just work, and let's not think about it.
And see how it goes.
Yes, because you never know. Like you are too small to make decisions, and just try to build something that's the best what you can do on this step. And if it will work, this will work. If it will not work, it will not. But you will try at least. That was, I think, our concept. We had no idea.
Just like try to do something and see
Yes.
how it works out.
Yes, it was just a lot of fun because we had fantastic team and we were having fun building that. No idea in general that it will be a huge thing. Maybe there was some small understanding that it could be huge because the entry barrier to that is really low. You don't need to go through like thousands of applications, thousands of photos, KYC and stuff like that. I didn't know about this word at that moment, but I just realized that it's not that easy to make a bank account, but it's quite easy to have a cryptocurrency. It's just like a second or couple of seconds I can onboard anyone to use crypto. And that's a lot of fun, just to have an account that is kind of non-censorable. And if we had no idea how useful it is, like in future, because it was not real money. We tried and experimented a lot with not real money in general. Like it was test nets and something that was actually impossible to convert to fiat, like even to normal cryptocurrency, I can say.
So you had MVP, first users, first investment, and then you just continued to work on that project.
Yep. Basically, we just focused on that almost all in, I can say, for a certain amount of time. We spent quite a lot of time on that, trying to achieve more results.
And then that was 2017.
Something like 2017, I think, 17, 18, something like that. I don't remember the exact date right now, but something like, it was not summer, but like winter of 2017 maybe. Yes.
And you were just like spending all of your time on that project?
Most of the time, I can say. Like we spent it was not like months of work. Maybe we spent like 1 or 2 months to make something that was not MVP, but something more reliable, more production ready for more amount of users. The main problem that we made a pivot, it was not really scalable enough. And we found a problem that we can't scale more. Like we had too many users.
What was the problem? Why you couldn't scale?
It was just not working because we had like an app that was working with one core, and we are using too many RAM for.
And did you just need more servers?
No, you can scale it horizontally, but I think the code is shit. The code was shit. The main problem was that we prototyped
it wasn't efficient.
Yes, I mean we didn't know actually how to write an efficient Telegram bot. We used some almost ready solutions, and some of the solutions were based on the Microsoft code base.
Yeah.
Like they had a framework to build a chat app on multiple platforms using the same code. And it was not really production ready. It was really hard to understand how to build something on top of that for us.
Yeah.
And
how did you work around that?
Basically experimenting with the Telegram API and trying to learn how it works really. It took much more time than like 1 or 2 weeks to understand how to do something better, more scalable way, more reliable
And
way.
did that take another couple of months?
Yes,
Yeah.
it takes like 1 or 2 months to rewrite everything again from scratch almost. Still, it was quite shitty, but much more better than it was before because, yes, on the hackathon, you never care about scalability, good readable code. You always do prototyping, and always you have some people who will split responsibilities, so no one else knows what is happening there. And yeah, it's really like you don't care. And if you do something that is not hackathon, you want to have some multiple people who can be responsible for that.
Yeah.
If somebody is busy or if you want to extend that.
And you still were like the team of 3-4 guys?
I think it was only me and my another friend, co-founder, and also like the future co-founder.
Okay, like the two
Two
of
of us,
you.
yes.
Yeah.
We were working, I think, the next couple of months. Maybe another friend of us was maybe helping us a bit. I'm not sure that he was actually participated in that a lot. Maybe he just answered some stupid questions like from us, but not a lot. He was a bit more experienced, I think, with the software development at that moment, and we just asking him some stupid questions sometimes.
And at what point you joined the accelerator in MIT?
I think it was in a half of year.
So
later.
you spent another 6 months working on it?
We spent like 2-3 months actually working on that.
Yeah.
We made something that was stable enough to just do something with the business there, with some analytics. And we gave it all to our another founder.
Yeah.
And we said like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Like do whatever you want with that.
Yeah.
We are like done. I mean,
Yeah.
we are waiting for the next like
Okay,
tasks.
we did everything we could. Like
Yes.
here is like the product, like push it
Yes,
to,
like do
to
whatever
the
you want.
users. Yeah.
And we are not founders at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe he said to us that you can be founders if you want. You can like get some share if you want from that project. I was like, okay, sounds good because he gave us money before. Maybe this project is not really a buzzword, and maybe we can like take some shares instead of money.
Yeah.
Just because we had respect for this guy. And it makes sense to use shares if you respect this person, if you trust him.
So he was paying you with shares instead of money.
Kind of mix, I think. It was still some money in some shares, like
Okay.
some mix of that.
Okay.
It was not a lot of shares, not a lot of money, but
Yeah.
it was mostly, we saw some perspectives, like some potential of that. And it makes sense for us to invest more,
Yeah.
develop ourselves. And we just liked that it was working somehow. It had some users, and this guy, he was also working hard. Somehow he was like attracting new users, investing money to promote this app. We had we didn't want to throw it away in general because it was our baby, I can say, like that we didn't want to throw away.
Yeah.
And I think after a certain amount of time, like 3 to 3 months after
Yeah.
that, we had zero traction almost for a certain
What do you
certain
mean?
period.
What do you mean zero traction?
It was like spikes of activity.
Uh-huh.
Like when I think the guy was busy on that,
Yeah.
there was some activity. But if he was not busy,
Yeah.
nothing was happening.
Like when he was not pushing it.
Yes.
There was no activity.
Almost no activity.
So it means that there was like almost zero retention.
Yes. And we were basically very focused on our own stuff, to hackathons, to work. Actually, I remember that we still didn't have a work at that moment. We started to work later in this period after we built it, I think.
Yeah.
And we had quite a lot of stuff happening on our side, and we actually didn't focus on what was happening on the side of this guy.
So like you just like did all of the technical stuff and then you just like moved on and
Yes.
focused on your life.
Yes, because we were focused only on technical tasks. If you don't have them, if you don't get paid for that,
Yeah.
you are kind of switching to something where you get paid for that and where you have them.
Yeah.
And we didn't find anything else that is more important than there is something important there anymore. And we switched because there was no any new technical tasks that are enough, that makes sense. I
Yeah,
can
I
say.
see. I see.
There was some stuff to do, but it was too crazy, too ambitious, and too expensive. And we just say like, okay, let's wait for the users. On your side, let's wait for the business.
Okay, let's wait till we can get some feedback on what we developed, and
Yes.
then we can go from there and maybe like
Yes.
change something.
If there will be any demand, we will join and will help. Until now, there is nothing we can do to help, like more to help. And we were maintaining that somehow. Like there were some issues with reliability, but it was not a huge deal. We were like maintaining that, saying some numbers to like to the guy because we had some access to database and stuff, and doing our stuff mostly, I can say. And maybe in a half of year, he went back to us and said like, "Hey guys, I have a good news for you. We are kind of accepted to MIT accelerator." And it was a total surprise for us because we were not participating, I think, in that almost at all. And he...
And you just like, you almost didn't work on that project like for 2 or 3 months?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like we were not actively participating in that, maybe. We did some like hackathons together maybe with this guy, trying to experiment with this project more.
With the same project, or you tried to experiment with other ideas?
We used the base of this project, not specifically this project, but like this main concept, and we were trying to do something based on that.
Just try to experiment a little bit.
Yes, another hackathons. Like, and it was some fun, but we didn't like get any huge feedback. Some people were talking that like it sounds nice, but they were not really huge believers in that.
I see.
But we were not care about it a lot because we were mostly focusing on technical side. It was another guy problem, I can say. And in the end,
it's good to have that, another guy.
yes, he was like struggling, trying to find some concepts,
Yeah.
trying to do all the business side.
And you were just like having fun.
Yeah, just tech guys. Like, yeah, we just do technical side. And if you have questions to like
Okay.
how it's implemented, it was about us. If it's about what is the revenue profit, like model or whatever, it's to this guy. And it was much more easier for us to work in this way. And after a certain period of time, he went back to us saying that, hey, we can like go to the accelerator. I was not believing that it's a thing, that it's actually true.
Yeah.
But he went there, and I think in 2 or 3 months, even later, it was like summer already. He said like, hey guys, you can go to the United States. I raised some more money. It's like much more than it was before. I think we have a huge like opportunities there. You must go. And I was like, okay, that's...
And that was 2018.
Yes, I think it was like 18 when I understood that, yes, that's the moment when like I need to maybe refocus on that again, like with as a main project. I need to try to help as much as I can because he was alone, like fighting for this company,
Yeah.
I can say there, and it was hard. But he made some money, and it was enough to actually add new people on the full time, or almost on the full time.
So at this point, like you already worked on that project around a year, and
Yes.
and you could hire some couple of engineers.
We didn't have plans to hire anyone yet,
Yeah.
because we were still thinking that it's enough. 2 of us, it's enough.
Yeah.
Because we can easily split the tasks between 2 of us for what we have right now. We didn't have any strict plans what we need to develop, and we were feeling comfortable. But we just realized that on that moment that it's not just a small project, but it can be something really serious, and we need to commit a bit into that in some way. And this guy, he was really nice, like our founder. He told us that, like, guys, I don't want you just to come like as a developers. I want you to be like a founders of that project, like as equal founders. And we need to it's a huge opportunity. We need to work on that together. And I'm like asking you to join as a founders, and like I can give you help. I will help you with like tickets and stuff. Just join me here.
Okay.
Like I need you.
Okay.
And like I was like, there is no way how you can say no. It was still like not easy to make a decision because we had our job and we didn't want to switch. So, but yes, I was like, it's a huge opportunity. We need to continue. It's like it could be much more better.
So in the summer 2018, you went to Boston
Yes.
and you spent summer there.
Yes.
And what were you doing there? Were you like still working on that project?
Yes.
But did you really have to be there to work
I can say
on that?
that it was important for us to have like one place where we will gather, and we need also to have some brainstorm with other people there, like with our mentor, I think, as well. Like he mostly was communicating with our guy, like with the Alexander. He was the founder, like the main guy who went there before, and he was like he just wanted to see that he had a team. So it's just basically like check that you have a team, you are not alone. There are some people who are alive, who are not idiots, who are working on that together
You
with
mean
you.
like was it important for the investors?
Yes,
Or?
it's important for the accelerator as well to see that you have some team. The people are committed to that.
Yeah.
They are not idiots. They
Yeah.
have some hands, brains to continue on that. They have some commitment.
Some hands and brain.
Yeah, I mean like basic due diligence that you are not trying to scam people
Okay.
with only you, and you will like
You just like take the money and
you will leave. Yes,
Yeah.
because like we are not American citizens and we are not.
Yeah.
So it's like if you want to raise some money there, you need to prove that you are not like you have some reputation, that you are not like a scammer somehow. And the best what we can do is just to show up and say like, hey, that's here we are. Like this is our face. Like we are not like some hackers somewhere. We are not like.
And how long did you spend there?
I think it was like 1 or 2 months, something like this. Maybe it's really hard. I don't remember actually the exact like amount of days because we were mostly focusing on the development. And for me, it was just one huge day. Like I can say, like we were listening to some lectures there about what you can do with the startup.
So you joined this guy and you like
We stayed there till the demo day.
Yeah.
And we were pitching, like we helped to pitch
Pitched
that.
the
I was not
idea.
pitching that; it was our like founder. But we were trying to help him with some ideas, brainstorm what we can do with this project, what are the problems we need to address, and we also try to improve the code base. We already had some money, and we tried to use them to attract more users. Try to show some traction during this demo day and during this, not the demo day, but during this accelerator. We tried to outgrow our user base. We made several experiments with other countries, not only Russia at the moment, because we started at Russia and we had Russian users. But we decided that it's not like the only place where we can attract users because it's Telegram. It's popular not only in Russia. There were some other concepts that we need to solve. It was technical problems mostly. It was related to the way how we do store user assets because on the beginning we were using our own database to store the secret keys, basically the passwords, how you access your cryptocurrency. And it's not basically crypto approach. It's not a good approach. The main problem here is that we do have access, and we didn't want to have access to users' funds. And
But at this point, you did have access.
no,
You didn't.
We spent a lot of time to find a way how we cannot store user private keys or like passwords, and how we can find a way how we will not have access, but we will be able to have a nice user interface for users. It's a huge trade-off at that moment because there were no any libraries or like tools how you can sign transaction with your private key in the way that it will be no any additional pop-ups of Windows in Telegram. And we needed to find a way how it will be a bit more suitable but secure. It was a huge requirement that I was pushing because I didn't want to store any user money, like any passwords.
You wanted to make it secure.
I wanted to make it decentralized, a bit more decentralized, I can say, because we didn't have any access to keys. That means that if somebody will lose something, it's much less complicated to like.
It's not like company's fault.
It's like much less headache on our side because we don't need to spend a lot of money on protections, database, and some systems for that. We can just say like, hey, we do have some tooling. If something goes wrong, it's only related to this like window of like tools. Like it's only related to the browsers. It's only related to this snippet of the code.
Okay.
Only one thing that can go wrong is here, and it's much more easier to focus on that than try to have the whole ecosystem where there are multiple holes. Like
yeah.
we were not huge experts, and I just was afraid. I think mostly that I don't want to store any users in like money.
Because it like might have some implications.
I mean, yes, you can.
Yeah.
If you will be hacked, they will come to you and say like, "Hey, guy, where is my money?" And that's the main thing I don't want to have. The second one is that it still was not regulated well, but there were rumors that it will be regulated, of course. And if you do store users' assets, like user money, you kind of a bank. And I didn't have enough expertise to be a bank.
But this is like a crypto.
Yes, but it's really like not transparent when it will become like not a crypto, but really like something more. And in different countries, crypto is considered as different assets, like more related to the fiat. And maybe in the States it was not a huge thing at that moment, but the stable coins were starting to be a huge thing there. And if you have a stable coins, it's kind of almost as a dollar. And
Yeah.
in the States, we asked legal opinion, and they told us that you need to have money transmitter license if you want to store users' assets. That basically means that we were not allowed to store users' private keys. And yes, so it was must-have requirement after that for us. And yes, so we spent a lot of time to find a way how we can implement something like this. Like, yes, and it was at that moment, I think, as well, this summer.
And what do you think was most valuable about the whole acceleration program?
I think that it just helps us to understand that we are considered as a much more serious right now.
So it was just for you the way to understand, to validate your idea that someone is actually interested in it, and this is like a signal that you should continue working on it.
For me, yes. Like for my friend, I think he learned a lot related to the business because the guy who was the lead of the accelerator, he was a mentor for our product, for our project, and he was investor as well. He was on board and he helped him to basically found a company, open a bank account, raise money, showed him some other guys. Basically, like without him, I think it was not possible for us to open a company in general and to start anything there. And he helped us on every step. Mostly our third founder, like our main founder, Alexander, I think he helped him a lot to stand up, I think. I mean, like
just with all of the legal stuff.
From like not only legal, but operations, how to handle all of that, like in a more adult way, like what you need, like to make a company, what you need to, how you need to pay, how you need to raise some money.
And like they teach all of that in acceleration program.
I think it was not open lectures. It was mostly like P2P connections, like mostly chatting, asking for help, asking for plans. Basically, he was like a mentor who helped us a lot. It was not only he who helped us. There was another investor, the first one. He was also brainstorming how we can develop this idea. And all together we found that we need to do this, and this, like, let's say, at that moment.
I see.
Networking, I think, is one of the most important parts as well. Like, we found another investors at the accelerator. It was huge. Like, I mean, it's valuable because without like these investors, it was really hard to plan.
How does that usually work? Do you approach like some potential investors and you pitch your idea to them and you show your product, or like they approach you? Like, how does it work?
There is no any like general strategy, I can say. Basically, any accelerator is made with the one purpose, like to find new startups that will potentially have a huge potential. And there is a group of investors, funds usually, that somehow are associated with this accelerator. Usually they found it, or they are nearby, they try to pay them. to have access to these startups. And they do have some special people who are trying to understand what is happening if the founder is there, or trying to understand, is it a huge thing or not? And in the end of the demo day, or maybe in the between, if they have certain clearance and understanding that it's a huge thing, they can invest. Usually it's end of the demo day. And in the end of the demo day, usually you have multiple investors that are friends of this accelerator who are listening to you and try to understand what is happening. Sometimes these investors are also nearby before, sometimes not, depends
And
on
you
their
just
time.
you just like hang there and just like talk to people and
Yes.
and somehow you try to find like good people that may like bring some value and also give you some funding.
Yes, I think it's kind of kindergarten. Like you basically try to raise people who will be more adults, like some startups, validate them if they have enough commitments and have enough traction over these like couple of months when the accelerator is happening. You basically network them with other your friends and try to see what is happening, how they can grow. Like I think it's just fancy way how you can do networking. For me, all accelerators is only about networking. It's about how you will find the right people for your project, and it works. Magically, it works. Like because you can struggle with something that you don't know, and you can just ask, like, "Hey guys, do you know anyone who can like help me with finance, help me with legal, help me with that?" Like I don't know anyone who can help me. I need like your help.
Yeah.
And they are trying to help you. It doesn't mean that it will be working solution, but at least you can try. And it's much more easier to ask for help there than anywhere else because people are somehow interested in your success because it's just good for their reputation as basics. Sometimes they are advisors, so they're trying to more actively search for your for your problems.
And do you remember how much did you raise like during that program?
I think we raised like $400,000 in the end on the demo day. It was multiple angels and multiple funds. I think maybe one fund, not multiple. Yes.
And do you remember like for like how long was the run? Like for how long that funding was enough for you to continue working on that project?
At that moment it was like years, like
Years?
yes.
Really?
Because we had several people only, like 2 or 3 people, like mostly founders only, and no one was full time. Everyone just arrived to participate, and we never expect anything from this project as a part of our salary. So we almost had 0 costs, I can say.
But you still had to pay like
for the servers.
Something for rent, for servers, for food.
Yes, I had a side job at that moment. I still was working there, so I handled all of that on my own. And we only pay, I think for servers at that moment, but we got a lot of perks from the startup, for the like Google Cloud and stuff, and we almost were not paying for servers at all at the moment still. So it was almost 0 costs, except maybe transportation costs to bring us to the States and to pay for the hotels and for the food.
Yeah.
Like that was our costs. So it was almost like years of work at that moment. But of course, we didn't expect that we will be working in the same conditions for the whole period of time.
Yeah.
We had some plans to make some money in the end of all. And we also realized that our plans becomes much more bigger than just like a small pivot on the Telegram. We want to grow user base in the States. We want to have something not only crypto, but maybe a bank account, something like that. And for that, we need to have some legal expertise. We need to have more developers to be more reliable. We need to find a new way how we can attract users to have much more user-friendly interface because our interface was shit, being honest. Like it was really hard to use it. It was mostly concept and idea, I can say. We still have some users, but I think most of them were like just early investors or early believers, and most of them were not really interested in the project as users, but just were looking for the potential with like something like that. Maybe some of them were actual users at that moment, but mostly it was Asian users. We were not really interested in like South Asia.
Was it like a couple of hundreds of users or a couple of thousands?
I think it was several thousands of users.
So several of the thousands of real users with
Yes.
retention.
Yes.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's not bad.
Yes, it was quite nice. We didn't still not have enough information because it was a new platform. The Telegram was quite new platform for everyone at that moment, for Telegram bots at least. They didn't have any analytics, and we need to invent our own analytics for that.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any access to device of the user, so
Yeah.
we can't collect information about anything except API calls from user ID.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to say anything except the fact that we had this amount of users who actually were communicating with us, and this amount of users who were daily with us, like for like certain amount of time. We had these amounts, and that's all what we got.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool and bad for us at the same time because we really we were understanding how anything about this user. We can't like
You can't
research.
can't get any like real feedback from them.
Yes, and we can't also anyhow find a classical way how we can attract users. I mean, you can't pay for social marketing company to attract users to Telegram at that moment.
Why you can't?
Because there was no one who was doing that. Almost no one who was actually doing that, who can show you numbers.
But could you like pay some influencer, for example, to?
Yes, but it was not like our area of expertise, and it was really not transparent how to measure these achievements, how to measure how much users will come from certain
How
users.
to measure how effective that marketing campaign?
Yes, you need to invent
was.
your own referral program for that. We were building our own referral system because nothing else was existing on the market. You can't just use something from you need to build everything from scratch. And you need to calculate all of that on your own. And it was not like, I want to like repeat that it was not a huge thing at that moment. Telegram was very small, even like in Europe.
It was 2018.
Yes, I think it was huge only in Russia and maybe in some Asia, like in Middle East.
Actually, I don't know if like what
In the
kind
States, no one knew about Telegram in
of,
general.
do people in the States use Telegram now? No.
Nope, I think they are not using. Maybe some of the crypto guys. Mostly.
Have you ever thought about trying to do like something similar, but maybe for WhatsApp
Yes.
or any other
We
platforms?
had plans to expand to other platforms,
Yeah.
but we were focused only on one at that moment because
on one?
only on Telegram, just because it was the most easygoing platform for us. Since we have enough expertise there, we had not enough developers to expand to other platforms,
Yeah.
and we just tried to make something, at least something that is working and reliable on one thing. Next step will be like multi-chat apps setup. The main problem was that it was not easy to set up something on WhatsApp because there was no bots at that moment on WhatsApp, for example. They were not
see.
existing in general. And Telegram
see.
and Facebook
Yeah.
was like banning anyone who was trying to do any automation on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, I see.
There was
Yeah.
a Facebook Messenger, what was huge like platform at that moment.
But the whole idea was to have something that is inside a messenger.
Yes.
So you didn't want to have your own app.
Yes, my main point why we were unique for me at least was that we don't want to spend money to attract users to our app,
Yeah.
and we didn't want to develop our app because it was a huge source of costs, like to develop your own mobile application at that moment. You need to have dozens of developers for a financial app. You need to spend a lot of time on that. We didn't want to spend all of that like for development
Yeah.
of the app. We wanted to focus on our users,
Yeah.
on features
Yeah.
related to our users, and Telegram allows us to do all of that without building our own app. And actually the onboarding costs to use Telegram, if user already have a Telegram, to use our wallet was like almost near zero. Because the only thing we need to ask user to do is just click on the app in the app to the bot, and you're already our user. And we calculated that there was about 300 million people in Telegram, it's more than enough for us to to expand.
Yeah.
And there is no any sense to try to compete with Telegram and any other apps, force users to download something else.
I see.
That was the main point for us, how we can potentially grow really fast with
Yeah.
small costs.
So do you remember what was like the maximum number of users?
I think in the end we had like about 400k users, something like this.
400K. And
like
that
300, 400K
and that was like in
total.
like
It was total.
in 3 years, after 3 or 4
Yes,
years working
yes.
on that.
Yes, something like that.
So you grew from couple of thousand to like 400,000 users in like roughly 3-4 years.
Yes. I think it was not like linear growth. It was huge spikes of growth when we were focusing on marketing and experiments. But we also found that like the way how we do marketing, the way how we attracted users was not really a nice way, because it was an experiment with the way how we tried to onboard people with the cryptocurrency, because we were giving away some small amount of crypto for some activities.
Yeah.
And it attracted a lot of CBILs, like users who were not actually users.
Frauders.
Yes,
Fraudsters.
Yes, some kind of people who are trying to just generate multiple app users and try to steal this crypto and use that not as a user, but just to steal it, just to use it for their own purposes. And we also miscalculated how advanced these users were. Like how many times they had for that, because we were not.
What do you mean? You mean you like underestimated like the amount of like actual fraudsters on your platform?
We were not sure how easy it is to create like Telegram wallet, Telegram user, and how you can like register and do all the actions.
So that was practically free.
Yes, I was thinking that it's quite not easy to do that, but it's because you need first a mobile number, you need mobile app.
Yeah,
you need to have some browser. You need to click multiple buttons to do something.
Yeah, that's very cheap.
Yes, it was not that easy to understand at the moment, and there was no AI.
You couldn't ask AI. Yeah.
And we were like, okay, maybe it's will be mostly real humans who will do that. And I think we had quite a lot of users who were mostly spam, not real users, because of that.
And then, like, do you remember like what percentage of the users like was actually fraudsters?
I don't know, to be honest. I think most of the users were actually not real users.
You think like 50%?
More, I think even more than that.
You think even more than that?
Yes, I think so. I think the real users were like 20%, 10%. It's the best case.
But I think you can just look at the retention.
Yes, it was quite low. It was quite low in the end of all. Like I think in the end we had several thousands active users, like per week. I think something like this. And it was also related to the multiple other problems, like user interface, because like one of the main problems was also the UX, and not only the marketing but UX. And we were fighting several problems at the same time,
And at this point, like after 2 or 3 years, what was the size of the engineering team?
We grew like a bit. I think we had about 5 to 7 people as engineering team. Not all of them were full-time. Most of them were half-time people. And we had several full-time engineers. It was me, my co-founder, and maybe another guy who was almost full-time. Everyone else were like half-time guys, mostly. Or they were like really junior guys, so it was not really huge value from them coming. We just realized that you don't need like to have a lot of engineering resources that are skillful. We just need a lot of hands to try to play with some APIs, and it could be easily trusted with people who are just coming from universities. And they have much more.
You just needed like more people to
research,
to just like try more ideas.
I can say that we were trying to research how we can do something on other messaging platforms, not Telegram, because we found that there are fundamental issues in Telegram, like we can't improve the user experience more than we had right now. We had at that moment, like because fundamental restrictions of the API of Telegram, and we realized that
That
it looks
just
like it's not enough. Like we can't move on because it doesn't worth it because it's just so bad that like no one actually will use it.
And what do you think was like the main problem that prevented you from growing the platform like more?
I think we just were really inexperienced and too young. And
Inexperienced in what?
I mean, like in just doing business, in just how things works, because like the idea in general, based on my opinion, is quite cool. Like having something like banking app, financial app in the messenger, in multiple messengers, trying to onboard people who are younger, who don't want to download something unusual. It's maybe it sounds fun, and maybe under a certain amount of like
Iterations?
you can achieve it, yes.
Yeah.
But we hadn't enough experience to understand what is the right direction. We made quite a lot of stupid mistakes, like how we attract users.
Yeah. So you think the bottleneck was the marketing part?
Not only. I
Not
think
only?
it's just collection of decisions we made. Not enough experience, not enough skills. Just not one thing that was not right. It was multiple things that were not correct. And it's easy to say that right now, but like at that moment we were not really obvious. Was the crypto a huge thing in general or not? And we tried multiple approaches how we can onboard people, how we can like ask them to use our product. We didn't want to sell it. We want to find necessity, like it will be necessary for them to use it.
Like, can it solve some kind of like
Yes, real problem.
pain point?
Yes, and we realized that in the States there is no problem with crypto at that moment because it's either not the way how we can solve it or it's not like a problem in general because no one needs a messenger app.
What do you mean that like it wasn't a problem in the USA?
I mean, like no one wants to have a crypto and in the US, based on my opinion at the moment, except traders.
They just didn't want to have crypto at all.
Yes, like there was not a huge problem for them to use a dollar. Like they just didn't understand why it's necessary.
Do you think that you just like it was a little bit too soon for your project?
Maybe, because we usually ends up in a situation when we are trying to explain why crypto is important. And I didn't want to be this guy who was trying to onboard everyone to Bitcoin and stuff.
Yeah.
I just thought that it's kind of cult stuff. And I don't want to be this religious guy who was trying to onboard everyone to that. And I had this feeling quite often that like we are doing something wrong. We are not actually explaining to people what is our product.
Yeah.
We are trying to prove that cryptocurrency makes sense.
Okay, so they just at this point they just didn't use really cryptocurrency.
Yes, like most of the users were experimenting with the Bitcoin in the way that they do invest a bit, and that's it. Or they do trading on the Coinbase, and they didn't need to do that on daily basis. And they didn't need any app, Telegram. They didn't use it for sending any currency to their friends. And our app was mostly focusing on sending currency to friends, doing that on daily basis with small amounts, not investments, something that is kind of routine stuff, something that you is doing sometimes every day.
Just like send some crypto to your friends?
Yes, we were trying to like make the entry barrier extremely low, so you can onboard onto crypto in one click with one button. The whole concept of the button was like button wallet because you have one button and that's it. And it was just not the use case at that moment. And we are trying to somehow convert this app to actually allow users to onboard from fiat. I had an idea that...
What is fiat?
Fiat is basically the real currency, not cryptocurrency. Like dollar is a fiat currency.
You mean
it's
like
you
mean like any currency, dollar, euro?
Yes,
like...
it's a fiat currencies.
Oh, okay.
And basically we had an idea that okay, like we are not able to build an app where users will be using cryptocurrency, maybe because they don't have it yet. We need to find a way how to
give
give
it
them
to
this cryptocurrency.
Okay,
We can't
that makes
send them
sense.
like money for
Yeah,
free because
yeah.
it's kind of how we don't have enough money
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We tried, like small amounts,
Yeah.
but in most of the cases, we are just giving away money to not real users. And we need to find a way how we can redistribute
And that
crypto.
was like 2020?
Yes,
Yeah.
something like this. And maybe actually it was 2019, I think, even earlier. Like that's still like the moment when we were in the States, like trying to do something in the States.
Yeah.
And we tried to partner with another guys who were doing on-ramp solution, basically helping
On
guys on the ramp solution.
On ramp? What does it mean on ramp?
It's the way how you can go from fiat to crypto.
What does it mean?
On a ramp, it's basically how you can purchase a cryptocurrency using fiat, like your Mastercard or apps, any default card. We are trying to find a way how we can onboard users, how they can buy crypto to use
Yeah.
it. We understood that there is no any solution and not a lot of people having that, and we can't give away.
There is no any solution to exchange like fiat to cryptocurrency.
Yes, it's not a lot of them, and it's not easy to do that.
But what about like Binance?
It was not
Bybit?
existing at that moment.
Binance?
I mean, like it was not existing. There was not any easy solution to actually convert your fiat
Yeah.
to crypto. Binance was cryptocurrency exchange. It was mostly oriented for traders, and you can't trade in the States using Binance as well, or it's just too
What
much
about-
sophisticated.
But what about Bybit?
I don't even know about Bybit at that moment. We wanted something that will be one-click solution, not like you need to register in the exchange with a lot of buttons and stuff. We wanted
Okay.
something that you will use Apple Pay in the best case. You will just click and you will purchase cryptocurrency in 1
Yeah.
second, and you will get it on your wallet in like another couple of seconds. We wanted something that easy. There were several guys who were doing something like that.
Yeah.
We realized that we first tried to do it on our own, but we realized that it's too complicated in the States. It's just too many licenses, too many infrastructure requirements, and we are unable to do that. So we partnered with the guys who had something like that. We spent several months to integrate this solution into Telegram. We were trying to use fancy things like Telegram passports. It was like the tool that was forced by Telegram a bit at that moment, that allows you to put your credentials, like your user information, like your ID, passport, whatever, and share this information with any app and store this information in Telegram, like in secure way, encrypted like secure way. The idea was that you have single API and you can use this API to ask for the data and not asking users to put all this information again and again every time. So it kind of like reusing the same data, and it will significantly reduce the entry barrier because you don't need to spend like 30 minutes to put all your details. You can just one click and you already have scan of all of your information. And we were thinking that it will be also a huge thing. So we integrated the Telegram passport, spent quite a lot of months on that to allow users to buy cryptocurrency. And we got like 10 users or like 2 users who did that for like a month, in a month with promotions and stuff. So we realized that like, no, it's a dead end. We didn't have any feedback from the users. No one liked that. It was a huge commission fee. I don't know what was it. It was like $10 for any purchase almost. And like
Fixed commission.
fixed plus like additional commission. It was like really not very easy to buy. But the idea was that no one cares about fee if it's a small number. You just bought it to play, just to say that I had a Bitcoin or something like that. So no one actually cares. So maybe it was actually, everyone was actually caring about that, or it was just no demand, or we just sucks at marketing or user interface, or maybe all together. But we got really huge, like depressive feedback from the users. And we realized that no, it's kind of dead end here because like integration costs us too much. We spent quite a lot of time, we got no traction.
Yeah.
And we kind of realized that no users, no traction, no one actually needed that. And it's kind of, it was quite depressive, I can say, at that moment. So
that was like 2020 still, or
Close
2020?
it was still 2019. It was like
2018?
all of that was 2018, I think. We did a lot of iterations in that year, and we realized that no, that's maybe a bad market for us because it's really expensive to attract users. Like user acquisition is very expensive. People actually don't care about crypto, or it's really hard to use it for them. They are not common with the Telegram. We don't have enough costs, and also it was really hard to use Facebook because Facebook was against the cryptocurrencies. They were not allowing to use like anything there, and for us it was almost impossible to stay on the markets of the United States. So we changed the course to Asia because we just opened our like analytics, try to understand where our users are coming from.
So you try to focus on Asia market.
Yes, I think that like maybe Asia is like much more potential market than States because we fucked up completely in the States. Maybe it will be much more better to focus on Asia because we had several users who were actually active.
Yeah.
We were really using the app. And
Not several, but like couple of thousands.
Yes.
Yeah.
And most of them were Asian. And we were like, okay, like maybe we need to focus on that, try to go there, try to understand what is their need, why they are using that, what is the purpose of using the wallet in general there. And we realized that there is much more use cases, how people are spending crypto there. They just don't have a banking system, or the banking system is complete shit, and it's much more easier to use crypto. And they can also do payments, like international payments. They receive money in crypto. There is like a real use cases there.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, that's maybe what we actually were searching for. And we actually like focused on the Asian markets at that moment. We went to Singapore and went to accelerator there again with the idea that maybe we need to learn a bit more about Asia, how
About
people,
like Asian market.
how to do business there, how we can attract users and stuff, because it's completely different market. And for that we need to firstly learn, get some networking, get some introductions.
Yeah, makes sense.
The best way for that was accelerator again.
And that was 2020, 2021?
It was still 2019.
Still was 2019?
I think it was 2019, 2020, something like that.
2019,
At the end of 2019, I think, something like that. And we went to Singapore to accelerator there, and spent some time together with accelerator there to learn. We had also another mentor, guy who helped us to attract users, who helped us to get some networking with projects in the Singapore. And a lot of people liked our idea. We realized that maybe it's a good idea to experiment with other companies, try to make collaborations. We already had several attempts to like do collaborations, and it just was cheaper, more efficient. And we found guys who were ready to pay to make a white label of our solution.
What is white label?
It's basically the way how you sell your software, so like your app, like your wallet, with other brands, under another brand.
Under another brand?
Yes.
Like you already have the solution, but you just like...
We didn't have enough marketing expertise and money.
But you just like sell it under another name?
Yes. It's kind of like, let's imagine you have, I don't know,
but
like a mobile app.
What does it mean for you? Do you sell the solution?
We basically made another bot with using almost only our code base. We didn't sell the code base. We just made another bot for them with the maintenance on our side. But they were paying for the maintenance. And we were helping them to grow the user base of this bot as like a shared business.
That was like a partnership?
Kind of. Like white label plus partnership together. And we realized that maybe it's beneficial for us because we didn't have anything else to do, and it was quite cheap for us to experiment because mostly we were not paying for that. The other company was paying for that, and we just we can learn a lot from that.
You were just like struggling to find product market fit.
Yes.
And you thought it was like a good idea to try give opportunity to other people to do that for you.
Like if they have a vision, maybe we can just learn from their vision. And we have a technology, but we didn't have any strategy or any product powers to do that. and
And
we
so,
basically use a software. We built them a solution, like because it was quite cheap for us to
Yeah.
do that, and they did several marketing promotion programs and stuff together, and they had some user base.
Yeah.
And it was almost a separate business. We made another
Yeah.
company for that. It was actually our founder who made that, and it was kind of experiment, I can say.
And do you remember like how many users were at that another app?
I think it was much less than in mainbot, mostly because we didn't have such promotions as we had
Much less
in the
than
beginning.
in the beginning?
Later, I think it was. I actually don't know. I lost access to it to say. Maybe it was up to 1 million in the end, but like I was not participating in that at moment.
Actually, that's not bad.
was-
That's quite good.
It
I
was
think.
nice because the marketing and the team was much more experienced at that moment, and they learned from their mistakes.
Yeah.
They use funds in more efficient way, and it wasn't like we got mostly a year, more than several years of experience after that,
Yeah.
after first attempts.
Yeah.
And yes, it was much more cheaper user acquisition cost. Maybe they hired more professional people who were doing that, because in the beginning it was the founder who was doing all of that, like our founder. And he was not like a marketing guy. He was just doing that. That's it.
At what point did you think like, okay, that's enough for me? Maybe it's time to move on from that project, try to do something else?
I think it was like in 2 years when we realized that we are not able to get a product market fit.
In 2 years, like,
After doing that, like starting
mean-
from 2018, in the end of 2019,
yeah,
I realized that like I'm really tired of doing that,
Yeah.
because I was thinking that it's all my problem. Like I mean, like it's not. We don't have enough skillful programmers, so like I'm doing my job bad in the way how I code. Like I just code a shit product, and that's the problem.
but
like
do you really?
I was thinking about it before, but
Yeah.
after like 1 year and a
Yeah.
half, I started to realize that it's not like that simple.
Yeah,
Maybe it is, but it's not only about that.
yeah,
And we just got a lot of feedback that we have very nice like solution in terms
Yeah.
of technical solutions.
yeah,
And we won several hackathons, even
Yeah.
the Telegram contest at that moment. So it was kind of validation that our team is really well
yeah. So like
built.
the product is actually was pretty decent.
I mean, like developers are quite nice.
Yeah.
The team in technical way are quite advanced.
Yeah,
But the product in terms of business and marketing and stuff like that is not great. Or there is something wrong there.
so you realized that around 2019.
Yes. So I was thinking, okay, that's like it's not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
And I'm not able to anyhow like do any huge impact on that because I just don't know any shit about it. And being honest, I don't want to actually focus on that in general. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing my part quite
As
okay.
a technical co-founder, yeah.
And we are asking our founder to help, like how he can solve that. We are asking for help, like
Yeah.
we are asking to help him somehow,
So,
because
so like you were trying to help him.
yes, like the best way how we can do that was basically like networking, like basically trying to know some other people who maybe know something about that. That's what best we can do because we are not all experts there,
Yeah.
and maybe that's how we introduced like
Yeah.
him to guys in the Singapore as well. Maybe he learned a lot, but still I see that there was no any huge traction on the main product. And also I think that there was the moment when after we won several hackathons also that we ended here, we realized that there is certain interest from Binance and other like groups
Yeah.
in us.
Yeah.
We had several like chats, I can say, communications between each other about
Like you had some offers.
kind of.
Yeah.
Like I can't say that we have an offer like at that moment, but you're asking some questions related to that, and we potentially maybe we could make it as an offer, and we could potentially be sold to Binance or something like that completely as a product. At that moment, they at least had an interest, some interest in us. And I realized that like why it's like that, and
You didn't realize.
I realized I was trying to realize why it's like that.
Wait, what do you mean why it's like
why
that?
they have interest in us? Because we don't have a nice traction in users.
Why
And-
do they have interest in your like company in general?
Yes, in general. And I realized that they had an interest only in technical team, not in the product itself.
Okay, I
And
see.
it was
Yeah.
a moment when everything like collides. I mean, like we have a nice technical team,
Yeah.
but we don't have a nice solution.
Yeah.
Our technical team is not really having a huge share compared to business
Yeah.
part. Business part is not going well,
Yeah.
and we do have a demand on technical sides from other people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of the moment when I was starting to think that do I need to still work here because like what's the point?
Okay, I see.
Is it the best way how I
Yeah.
can like still do something here or there are alternatives? I still do respect our founder a lot, so we didn't have any plans to move out at the moment.
Yeah.
But it was just the moment when I started to question myself and maybe also try to be more strict and more aggressive in the way how we need to achieve some results. Because it was the moment when I understood that, yeah, there are alternative ways how you can make more money maybe at that moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, so at that moment, I think it was we had some progress. And in the end, we were able to get more users for the second project we attract more people on the marketing side, on the business side, on the
Yeah.
strategy side. We had much more strict plans, or not only on technical side.
Yeah.
And at that moment, we got another problems. It was a moment when Telegram started to having issues with the SEC.
What is ACC?
SEC is American Securities and Exchange Commission. All of that at the same time, Telegram was started to plan their own cryptocurrency. And why our wallet was still cool because we started to do that before Telegram started their own cryptocurrency. When they started it, we kind of knew about it before, and we knew how it was working.
Yeah.
We knew about Telegram contest. We wanted in the
Yeah.
cryptocurrency direction, and we had an idea that when Telegram will launch this cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
we will be one of the main wallets because we are
Yeah.
here for so long,
Yeah.
so that we do have some trust, some brand, whatever. And even if we will be not the main, but just one of the main wallets, we will get a huge amount of users because Telegram had about half a billion users at that moment already.
Yeah.
And the main point how we are still believing that it's too early and we just need to wait.
Yeah.
We still just need to build more reliable tech and just be prepared for that. Just be prepared for that
Yeah. Just like wait for a little bit. Yeah.
until they will release it.
Yeah.
And we had a fantastic tech at that moment because we were like the main competition there. We were quite sure.
Did you wait until they released the cryptocurrency?
Yeah, we had like several plans. Like we are raising money to even more improve our infrastructure from several guys who were interested in Telegram as well. However, everything goes as not we plan because Telegram had an issues with the American Securities and Exchange Commission,
Yeah.
and they basically ordered them to close the project.
Oh, I see.
So Telegram project was closed, like
Yeah.
the cryptocurrency was cancelled.
Yeah.
They made
Which year was it? Was it 2020?
I think it was 2019, end of 2019, 2020, like, yes, something like
Okay.
this. I think 2020 already. And they said, like, hey guys, you need to, like, the whole project was cancelled.
Yeah.
We were raising money at that moment.
Yeah.
Because we were almost out of funds.
Yeah.
And, like, our main investor said, like, hey guys, no way, because, like, it's,
It doesn't look like it's going to like work out.
yes, because, like, the Telegram is ramping up, so you don't have any potential right now after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Also, at the same time, we got another issue because the cryptocurrency like landscape works in the cycles, and each couple of years they have like a bear market when everything goes down. We are not trading cryptocurrency, but if you have a low, like small price of the Bitcoin, like low price of the Bitcoin, there is no activity. Like no one wants to trade, no one wants to use an app. That means that no new users, no onboarding.
Yeah.
So we had almost zero numbers at that moment because no one was interested in crypto. Everyone was running away. If they still have some money, a lot of people lost money.
Yeah.
It was quite troubled period, I can say. So at the same time, all of that happens. Like
Yeah.
in just matter of like 3 2 months, we had
Yeah.
issues with the Telegram, issues with the investor, and the
Yeah.
bear market, and we
Yeah.
still do not have a lot of money to actually survive. I can say.
So like, how that all worked out?
I can say that like we just realized that we need to focus on something that is working,
Yeah.
and the thing that was some kind of profitable for us was the white label solution, because in Asia the things were quite good. They were not fantastic, but they were okay,
Yeah.
and we decided to focus on that.
So you had like a couple of thousand of users or more at this point.
Yes, something like that. It was in Asia already. We
Yeah.
still do have several thousand users in the main app and several thousand users on the new app.
Yeah.
And we realized that maybe we need to continue to grow as a white label solution in Asia. However,
Just like create more solutions for more brands.
yes, maybe like that. Maybe to continue to grow with this solution as well, because we had some agreements that maybe we can merge these apps together later, or somehow we can use this user base as our own user base.
Yeah.
It was kind of some agreements like that. And there was a huge point to stay in Asia and focus on the products there, because it was much more better, much more having product market fit than in States. However, we were not able to raise a lot of money because no Telegram potential, no Telegram open network potential,
Yeah.
no potential to onboard like millions of billions of users like in the next couple of years. Just small growth of user
Yeah.
base,
Yeah.
maybe 2x, 3x, but not like
Yeah.
thousands of x.
Yeah.
And I realized that at the moment I'm not really really bullish on that.
Yeah.
I just saw that there are alternative opportunities, I can say, and after a certain period of time, we reached the conclusion with the whole team that maybe I need to go from the team to another project. To actually, I had a constant
So you-
connection with the Binance.
So you decided to left that project?
Yes, I can say that. Like it's much more complicated than like this. I can say that we had some agreements and it's not transparent. But in the end of all, I went to another project with quite a lot of people from my team.
Yeah.
We were trying our best to make like the previous project like successful.
Was it Trust Wallet?
Yes.
So you like after Button Wallet, you joined Trust
Yes.
Wallet.
My main point of interest was I had a feeling that I failed as a guy who was trying to build a good wallet,
Yeah.
and I was trying to learn from the best people I knew, or just from the best.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to knew the guy, the founder of the Trust Wallet,
Yeah.
Victor. He was extremely nice guy who gave us a lot of feedback when I was in the San Francisco,
Yeah.
when I was in the States.
Did they have more users than you?
They had like huge amount of users. They were so huge,
Like millions?
millions at that
But
moment.
were they trying to do the same thing as you?
They were not Telegram wallet. They were
They
just
were like
mobile wallet.
App
Yes,
wallet?
yes. They were already acquired by Binance at
Yeah.
that moment. They had millions of users. They
Yeah.
were, I think, one of the most popular wallets in the market,
Yeah.
except MetaMask, like the browser wallet. They were, I think, the main wallet in the main mobile wallet in general.
But you didn't work there for a long time.
For about a year,
Yeah.
I can say. But I had the feeling that I was working there for like a couple of years, because it was the moment when we joined the company. It was the moment when everything for crypto goes
Yeah.
extremely well.
Yeah.
We had a huge growth, and I think I was working there like almost 24/7. I mean, I was just sleeping and working like for about a year, because we had a COVID. I was not working out of my home, just working
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah.
I think efficiently I was working more than a year in terms of amount of working hours, at
I
least.
see. Yeah.
And with several people from my team,
Yeah.
from the previous team who joined the Trust Wallet, we were able to grew the data, like the user base,
Yeah.
significantly. We are not product team. We
Yeah.
are the backend team.
Yeah.
We were mostly responsible for the all like infrastructure, I can say,
Yeah.
of the Trust Wallet. And I think the Trust Wallet grew from like several million users
Yeah.
to like doubled or tripled
Oh,
amount
really?
of users.
In during that year?
Yes, in like
Oh, I
less than
see.
1 year.
So that was like 2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like before, it was like there was a huge spike of activity
Yeah.
after the beginning of after the beginning of the COVID,
Yeah.
and all started to be really good. Like there was a huge interest to almost any crypto project.
Yeah.
A lot of users, a lot of
Yeah.
income. Like
Yeah.
and we had like thousands of new users. It was just
do
so
you know
easy.
like why 2020? Why that year when cryptocurrency blew up?
I don't have like an answer that is obvious, I think. Maybe because there was a lot of things that collide together, like everyone was at home
Yeah.
experimenting with their wealth. They don't have enough, they do have enough time to play with the internet at all. Anything that was in the internet started to grow at that moment, like deliveries, Zoom, whatever.
You think like because of the COVID, people got more time to play with something, and
Yes.
that was like just one of the things.
Yes, I think also the point how the states were doing their monetary policy, like they basically printed a lot of money and they give away a lot of money to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And if you do have like $500
Yeah.
from nowhere, what you are going to do as if you are just a guy who don't need money for food, you
Yeah.
can invest it into something.
So like you think that also like the another reason is like people got some free money that they wanted to invest in something.
Yes, like I think they just started to experiment with crypto because
Yeah.
it's just nice tool to put like couple of dollars. But if you scale it to hundreds of millions of Americans, it's just not, it's huge compared to what we had before in the crypto, where we had just, I think the whole user base of crypto was like maybe like 20 million users, maybe something like that before. And after that, it was like tripled, quadrupled, like,
I see. Yeah.
and amount of investments also tripled because of that. And I think all of that were the main reasons. Maybe it's not only the main one, or there are more, but I'm not like a huge expert in the growth of users. I just saw that, yeah, there was a huge activity on the backend side.
Yeah.
As a technical guy, I just was looking into that. And
But why did you eventually leave the company?
so I still do still do have multiple side events. Like I just still continue to participate in the hackathons
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
All that time I was doing
Yeah.
that just for fun.
Yeah.
And I had another friends,
Yeah.
my ex-colleagues from previous companies,
Yeah.
and just like friends who were our kind of competitors in the hackathon, like friends and competitors, I can
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And they made extremely cool projects, like at New York at 2019.
Yeah.
I was doing my own project at that
Yeah.
moment, but I was just trying to help them as much as possible. I understood that it could be a huge thing, and not a lot of people actually realized how huge it is.
Yeah.
And I was trying to help the best I can do at
Yeah.
that moment, including my own problems I had at,
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
But after like 1 year, they invited me to
To
like,
join them.
basically yes. Like they just started to grow that fast
Yeah.
that I was like, there is once in a lifetime opportunity to join them. They are my like close friends. I do trust them a lot, and I just see that I can help them a lot because I knew how things works there, and there is not a lot of people who actually knew how huge it is at that moment. I was
And that
sure
was 2021.
it was like the end of 2020, 2020, like 2021, I think, yes.
But it
something
was
like this.
still during COVID.
It was the end of the COVID. I can say that in Moscow at least, it was. I went back to Moscow like
Yeah.
at the 2020, and it was almost feeling like at the end of the COVID. Yes.
I wouldn't say so.
I mean, like it was much less restrictions based
Yeah.
on my feelings, and it was much more.
Maybe like it wasn't that many restrictions there, but like people were still like a lot of people
It
actually.
was a thing. It was a thing at that
Actually,
moment.
a lot of people were still. I don't know, suffering from COVID. And
Yes,
okay.
that's true, but it just was not that depressive as it before, because it was
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
at least how I felt that personally at that moment.
So like at the end of 2020, you joined this another company, 1H.
Yes, I think it was kind of beginning of 2021, something like that. The point was that in Trust Wallet we had fantastic team. However, Victor, the founder, was planning to retire. I didn't know when he will be doing that,
Yeah.
but I was thinking that it can be close to, it will be soon, because he already made a lot of money.
Yeah.
He already sold the company to Binance. He already almost achieved everything he wants.
Yeah.
And he was working as a monster.
Yeah.
And it's not usually a long-term way
Yeah,
how
it's not
you work.
sustainable. Yeah.
And he had some personal plans to
Yeah.
do with his own life. That's what actually happened in the end. I was quite sure that it will happen. And yeah, I was also working really hard there.
Yeah.
And I realized that maybe it's once in a lifetime opportunities, and there are also several reasons why I can do that, because like Victor will leave the company maybe soon.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to work there if the Victor will be leaving, because it was a huge corporation. I was mostly working with Victor and I was learning from him.
Yeah.
If it will be another team, it will be a lot of political factors. I don't want to play these games. I want
Yeah.
to like learn from the best founders I knew.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of multiple reasons I can say why I
Yeah.
left, not like one of them. And it was quite complex decision, I can say.
And can you explain like what is like 1H and what they're building?
So the main idea was like you are able to exchange cryptocurrency in multiple platforms, but it's not really easy to understand what is the rate there.
Yeah.
And what it will be if you will try to swap not like $1, but
Yeah.
$1,000 or
Yeah.
$10,000.
Yeah.
The way that you do have a price impact if you will try to swap
Yeah.
more and more like currency, the same currency.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best way how you can have the best rate is
Yeah.
try to use multiple platforms at the same time. However, it's quite complicated.
Just like
Split this amount.
Split the whole amount and try to like exchange, like for example, half on one platform and the other half on
Yes.
the other platform.
You will have less price impact because there is not a lot of liquidity in crypto. It was not a lot to make huge swaps, even like not huge, but like
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And if you will use something that will split it into multiple small parts and will try to experiment with multiple exchanges,
Yeah.
you will get a better rate than using one exchange.
Yeah.
And they made this first iteration with this idea that if you will just aggregate multiple exchanges in one place, it will be just better exchange rate.
Yeah. Makes sense.
That's like the obvious idea.
But they wanted to profit on the commission.
There were multiple ways how you can make it profitable.
Yeah.
One of them was the commission from the positive slippage in
Yeah.
the beginning. The idea was that you can estimate how much money you will get.
Yeah.
If you will get more than you estimated, like one each will take like half of that, and that will be like their profit.
I
And
see.
usually it ends up with profits more than you expect. So it's kind of
So
win-win
like
strategy.
so like the users trying just to exchange like one currency to another currency, and just like the platform figures out a way how to do that efficiently, and just like takes that difference like.
Yes. The main benefit was that you don't need to make multiple transactions, multiple operations to do swap on multiple exchanges.
Yeah.
You still do have the same user experience as using one exchange.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's still one transaction that
Yeah.
you need to do to
Yeah.
perform
Yeah.
to make this multiple swap, like complicated swap. But the rate is better, and there is kind of guarantee that if something goes wrong in the road,
Yeah.
it will be automatically canceled and you will not lose money. You
Yeah.
will just get your money back with some cancellation error.
Yeah.
You will lose some money for the gas.
Yeah.
That's how the blockchain works. But you will not lose your money. You will never lose it. because
You
of the
mean
smart contract.
lose your money like on the
I mean, if
commissions?
something will go wrong with some of the exchanges,
Yeah.
you with like one each aggregated multiple
Yeah.
exchanges.
Yeah.
If some of them will be hacked,
Yeah.
you can lose your money.
Yeah.
But because of the smart contracts
Yeah.
and the atomic style of swapping,
Yeah.
you're protected from such things because we were checking that if you will not get what you want, like the final amount you specified,
Yeah.
you will fail the whole transaction. Like the smart contract will fail the whole transaction, will revert it,
Yeah.
and you will not perform a swap,
Yeah.
and you will not lose any
Yeah,
money.
I see. Yeah.
So there was no any difference between what you're using under the hood until the smart contract of 1inch is safe, is audited and safe. So it was almost no any risks to use it compared
Okay.
to using directly a specific exchange.
Is it the only product that they have, or do they have
Nope.
anything else?
Like there are dozens of them right now, I can say. Like mobile wallets, like they do have a limit order book, because this is just the way how you swap without limit orders. Right now you are able to do more professional, in a more professional way. There are ways how you can sell it, do market sell order with some Dutch auction, reverse Dutch auction. And all the landscape started to be evolving much more in the way that there are multiple blockchains right now, and 1inch is deployed on multiple blockchains at the same time, and you can do multiple swaps in multiple blockchains also. And yeah, it's dozens of products right now. It's a huge journey, I can say, that when we started and what we got right now. It's what I got at 1inch, I can say. But we started as aggregator, and I think
Yeah.
it's still the main profitable business of 1inch is their aggregation protocol,
Yeah.
aggregation like idea, because it just works better than anything else on the market. It's one of the most efficient solution on the market as well. And even if you do have alternatives, you still need to use it somehow under the hood. Usually, that's what I see in the market. So yeah.
And what do you think, like, will the cryptocurrency and like blockchain grow further, like in the next 10 years? Like in general, do you feel like positive about this technology, or you think like it's not that huge?
I think it's obvious that it's going to be huge right now. I mean, it's already huge, based on my opinion at least. The only thing I see that could be slowing the growth is that it becomes a really political issue right now.
Just like some restrictions,
I mean that,
some government restrictions
yes,
that
I mean,
may prevent from growing.
I think so. Like right now, it's a big problem for the governments. There are a lot of compliance restrictions in the States right now, and not only in the States, how you do need to operate in crypto. In Europe, you do have MiCA regulation, and in the UK, you do have some licenses that
And
we need to get.
what countries are crypto friendly?
I don't know, like Asia, like
Asia.
Vietnam, Singapore, they are kind of friendly, but it's not really simple right now to say which ones are really easy to start doing pure crypto stuff. It depends on what you are doing as well, because I think almost any country right now is regulated somehow. There is no huge entry barrier compared to what we had when I started to do that. And it depends on what you are doing as well, because right now, if you will try to build a cryptocurrency bot in Telegram, you will be like, it will be so ununique, it will be so common, like so not interesting for anyone. That's like there is no any point to start doing that right now.
But like blockchain, like this is only the technology. It can be applied like anywhere, right? So it's not only for cryptocurrencies, but like I think
I think it's buzzword, to be honest. Like the blockchain is just a buzzword.
Like I mean the technology itself, like it can be applied in other ways too, right?
Yes.
Not only for the currencies.
I think it was a cool concept at 2017 or 18, that there is a blockchain concept and there is cryptocurrency concept. And it's different. That's true. However, for years, I was not able to find any other really huge use case.
Except for cryptocurrencies.
Yes. I mean, maybe there is some actual sense to
Yeah.
use it except in the cryptocurrency, but maybe not right now because there is no significant issues except maybe supply chain issue to use the blockchain technology there. Maybe all that's the only like direction where we do have some projects in the blockchain space. However, they are still like not huge there. And yeah, maybe the cryptocurrency is the main use case right now. Maybe it just grows from trading to something else, to more advanced use cases, like, but mostly like digital identity management, something like this, authentication and communication between each other in a transparent, reproducible, decentralized, non-censorable way, with some options to have some staking / mechanisms, like to have some more protection, more guarantees, like some ways how you can do consensus about some things.
Yeah.
It's really all of that is somehow used with the cryptocurrencies. And usually it's very nice to use cryptocurrencies together with some additional protocol, like concept, and use this financial like mechanisms to enforce somebody to do something. I think that most of the ideas started to evolve into something that is hybrid of financial technology things and another technology, like storing data, for example. There is a project called, I think it's right now it's called Filecoin. It's also was called IPFS. It's kind of evolved project that becomes project called Filecoin. It's basically called interplanetary file system. Basically, you can just upload any file to the blockchain node,
Yeah.
to multiple of them, and they will be storing this file in the centralized way. You can pay them some reward to store that. And
How is that different from the cloud? Like, what are the benefits? Because like, just like it, because it's stored in a couple of like servers, it won't be deleted.
It's
or
kind of layer on top of any hardware, the same as cloud, where you're not paying to Amazon or like to Azure of
Yeah.
Microsoft. You're paying to owners of these machines
Yeah.
who do have access to them, and they will be getting this money to store your information there for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And there is some kind of way how you can ensure that they will store that.
Yeah.
And if they will not actually storing that,
Yeah.
but they are committed to do this,
they will get some punishment.
yes, they will be slashed. Basically, they will force to pay some money for that.
But what
as a
is
fine.
but what is the benefit?
The idea is that you want to have some concept where there is only 3 companies who store all the data
Yeah.
and who can make decisions like what actually you can do there, like what information you can store, what you cannot store, how you can like basically use your like the idea is that how you can utilize your hardware in the way that it will be more like accessible to anyone else. And basically the main fundamental problem is that they want to solve censorship and censorship problem mostly.
But like, if you use that decentralized, like let's say cloud storage, will you will the for example the person who actually stores your information will have access to that information?
If it will be encrypted, nope.
Okay.
If it will be unencrypted, yes. Also, the main point is that every year there is more and more regulation what you need to do to store the information. Like you need to do KYC to open an Amazon account. You need to attach a lot of files.
Yeah.
You need to have your credit card.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. Not everyone wants to do that. If you do have alternative like pay, I don't know, 1 Bitcoin and store all my data
Yeah.
for years
Yeah.
and don't care about it, maybe it's the way sometimes. I think it's still not really a huge industry right now
Yeah.
because it's much more expensive than just using Amazon. And if you're talking about scaling to multiple servers, it's getting to be more and more expensive compared to just legal default company. It's not a big thing.
Do you know the companies that are trying to build that?
I mean, the Filecoin is the ecosystem,
Yeah.
and there are multiple other companies who are trying to do something there. I don't actually know all of them because I'm not really interested in this industry a lot.
Yeah.
But I just know that it's called the PIN,
Yeah.
or decentralized PIN. Like basically the whole concept try to have multiple servers, and you can use computation of them or storage for your own purposes and pay in crypto. And you do have some different guarantees that you maybe will be interested in, like execution guarantees that it will be executed with these proofs or something like that. There are a lot of experiments, depends on what you want to do, but I can't say that any of them are actually used for anything except darknet stuff. What is, based on my opinion, not really cool, but it is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
mostly it's just storing some crazy data that no one else will be storing, and encrypt is just more easier for them to store that. I hope that maybe later it will be used for something else,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's the main use case, just to store some information that will be censorable by other entities, but there it's uncensorable because there is no any entity who can censor it except network provider, like an internet provider, or like
So you mean the whole idea, if you build, for example, can you build social network on the
Yes.
decentralized
Yes.
technology? So that would mean that you can like post anything you want, and you actually can't be like blocked.
yes. The idea is that
so they can't like really delete your messages.
there is a nice project that is doing something like that. It's called Lens, like Lens.
Lens,
Yes. And I think, sorry, Lens.
lens,
Yes. Lens
like
app.
LENS.
Yes. And there is another one, I think it's called Mastodon or something like that. There are like several projects that are trying to do some networks based on the blockchain and decentralized storage.
Actually, it's pretty fun. It's like it's kind of like a real democracy.
Yes, the
Yeah.
main idea there is that they want you to open source the social graph and to store it in the decentralized way, so you are able to pick which social graphs you want to follow, and based on these social graphs you are able to have some transparent system of news and stuff. So
Yeah.
like everything is decentralized, stored on the multiple servers, so you can pay to join something, and it's not really completely decentralized, but it's much more transparent and open than like Facebook. And I knew that they do have some success, but being honest, not all of them are really interested in the way that you will be using that every day.
Yeah.
It's much more complicated, much more expensive, much less user-friendly right now.
Yeah.
It's getting better and better every day.
Yeah.
Maybe there are nice experiments, like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, happening in the crypto with the social networks as well. It's also infused with cryptocurrency on top. It was called, I think, let me remember. It was something like, there was another app where you can follow somebody and buy this person's token. And if you will have this token, you are able to communicate with this person. And it was used by a lot of guys who are influencers. And every time you are buying this token, your price is going up. So, and you are the owner of this token, so you can sell your own tokens as well.
Well,
And
that sounds pretty fun. Yeah.
I don't know how it was called.
So like if, for example, if you're a real influencer and you have a lot of followers, and your followers are buying your tokens to communicate with you, you
monetize yourself by your content.
Your worth is growing.
Yes. You can also share your tokens with somebody. You can send them your token. They will give you your own token, like their own token. So you have some collections of your friends because they're tokenizable.
That sounds really fun. Yeah.
They raised quite a lot of money and they had some traction. However, it ends up really bad.
Yeah.
I think the founder fucked up a lot. They lost a lot of user base because they made a lot of bad financial decisions.
Did they close at the end?
I think it still works,
Yeah.
but there is no any interest right now to it. Like there was a huge spike of people who were not coming from cryptocurrency, who were using that. Most of them were OnlyFans models as well, because it's like the way how you can monetize your content without
I see.
centralized solutions.
Yeah.
But the user experience was extremely terrible.
Yeah.
It was just like a prototype that goes really well, and they were not able to scale it enough to adopt all the users, and they made a lot of crazy financial decisions. Like they made their own token, and everyone was expecting that we'll get some of them, but like mostly it was worth nothing for most of the users. They somehow exit scammed to another project or something like that, like typical cryptos like
I see.
drama. I think it's still working. Rabbit.tech, I think something like that it was called. Maybe, yes. It was quite fun, I can say. For like 3 months, it was the main project in crypto, and everyone was talking about that.
Do you think this technology, like decentralized technology, will be like the future of the internet? Or you think like...
I think there are some use cases where it makes sense. It's already there, based on my opinion. Like the cryptocurrency already makes sense in some ways. Maybe it will be just evolving, having less costs on execution, on doing something with the cryptocurrency. It's obvious for me that it makes sense. However, there are a lot of issues. How huge it will be, I don't know. Like I just knew that it's not easy to actually control that.
Yeah.
That means that it can be a huge problem to the governments, and it can be illegal.
Actually, the whole idea is that you can't control it.
Yes, and if
Yeah.
the governments will realize that you are actually not able to control that, I think that there
Yeah.
will be much more actions and regulations that will prevent it from communicating and doing that. And if it will be a real problem, like it will be much more complicated than right now. Right now, it's the moment when it's still not a huge problem for the government, I think. But it could be.
Yeah.
Depends on the size of human activities there, I can say, on the daily basis. For now, it's still like a geek industry. It's mostly just for gambling and for playing, experimenting. It's not, I think, the main like fundamental like thing in the world right now. Maybe in some zones where there are military actions or there are a lot of censorship, it's a solution how you can improve your life significantly, but it's still like not a substitute for the real fiat money. And maybe it must not be like this. I don't know.
I see.
Like for me, it's just a tool to play. I'm still considering this as something where I just do love to do research, and I know a lot of nice people who are experimenting there. I'm really happy that it helps some people in difficult situations, and some people
Yeah.
made some money, but some lost them. I do always consider that as an experiment and just like as a fun tool, not as something else, not as
Yeah.
an investment place, not as something that is related to my wealth.
Yeah.
And in this way, I never had any issues related to the crypto, I can say.
Can you also please share your experience investing in some startups? Like, I know that you invested in some startups, and I'm just curious, like, what are the like most important things you look at when you evaluate whether you should invest in something or not? Like, do you just like want to play around and just invest in something that like seems cool, or you're really trying to invest and maybe like find some like good project that you potentially may benefit in the future?
I don't have like a huge like philosophy about that.
Yeah.
I just try to do what best I can for my friends, I can say. I just knew several people just because I'm just long enough here to talk with someone else. And if I found that my friends are doing something cool and I like it, I just try to put something into that. That's my philosophy, I can say. Just invest into my friends and into people I like, the people who are my ex-colleagues or your colleagues, or just somebody who I spent enough time to work with or to talk with, and I consider this person as an interesting person.
Yeah.
And that's maybe the main thing I did, and nothing else. Like nothing special, no any super pooper research or nothing
No,
I
I
can
mean,
share in
yeah,
this
but
way.
like in general, you usually just like see a person and you think like what like why it may work out or may not work out.
I think
and
it's
like
impossible to predict on the stage. Like if you're not the guy who do have a lot of inside information, like if you're the founder of Facebook and you are building something for the Facebook and you are investing into this project because you knew that you will buy that or you will acquire that in the like 3 months,
yeah,
that's maybe the way how you can ensure what you
yeah,
are doing.
yeah,
Everything else, if you don't have insider information, and
Yeah.
I never had such in terms of investments at least, I say that it's just luck and gambling in some way. I had no any expectations except maybe that sounds good, that sounds reasonable.
yeah,
I did like basic due diligence, like that these people are not idiots. It's not really like something. It's like a product. Sometimes I was just using that on my own,
yeah,
like, and I just like that it's working nice.
Yeah.
I just didn't find anything else that works better, and I just see that it will be maybe cool if I will be able to support this product somehow, not just by using it, but
Yeah.
just invest into that.
yeah,
And maybe if we'll have more exposure, I will be more interested. Like it will be just a bit better. I will add my penny on top,
yeah,
and that's basically it. I'm not sure that can do anything else if you don't have insider information or you're not like Raval Vicant or whatever, any huge whale who can like only one word of this person could change the future of your company just
Yeah.
because everyone likes you. Like on my side, I was just able to support by small amount of money and just by the words
Yeah.
and using that.
yeah,
And I was trying my best. That's it.
yeah.
That's like the way how I invested.
Did you already get some returns on your investments or not yet?
I can't say that it's in progress. I can say some investments. There are some investments where I already lost. I can say there are some of them where I think I will get more than I invested
Than
already.
you expected.
Yes.
Oh,
It,
okay.
I think it will make me not rich, but it
Yeah.
will give me my money back from previous investments as well. At least I will be in zero, I think, quite soon.
In zero.
Like at least for the whole investments, I mean,
Yeah,
already.
yeah,
I still do
I
have
see.
some that are not really like converted, I can say.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a long game. I was never calculating that in the way that I will make a lot of money.
yeah,
My main idea was that if I do have an opportunity to put some small percent of my capital into my friends, if they will be able to use that in some way that they will benefit, and maybe in the end of all I will also benefit, it will be just cool. And
Do you invest only in the decentralized technology and like blockchain, or
yes,
like
only in the
only in the technology?
projects where I am really close to. I mean, at least I have some basic understandings how it works because I have at least small skill to value it somehow, and I can advise something in technological way. That's where I feel comfortable because if I will invest into random stuff,
Yeah.
I have zero understanding how it works. And what's the point like them to have me on the board? If
Yeah.
you have some random-ish guy on the board, there is
you,
no
you
point.
won't be able to bring any value to the project.
Yes, I
Yeah.
accept money, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm not like a whale. I'm not
Yeah.
like a fund.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even if you're raising money from a huge fund, you want them to be somehow relevant
Yeah.
expertise to your project. And if it's not, like something is wrong, I think,
Yeah.
because usually if you're asking for money for everyone else nearby,
Yeah.
that means that your project sucks. Based on my opinion, at least.
You want like investors with some knowledge who may help you grow.
I think, yeah, it's quite binary sometimes. I mean, you either have no one who wants to invest,
Yeah.
or you have everyone already who wants to invest.
Yeah, and then you try to select like the best fit.
Yes, and you do have everyone who is already relevant and etc. Sometimes there are gaps when it's not that obvious that it's a huge thing,
Yeah.
or you just have a nice connection with this person and you are
Yeah.
able to get some money into that before it will be public to other investors.
Yeah.
That's where I was able to invest sometimes. I just was more YOLO and less thinking about,
What is YOLO?
I mean, YOLO, like I was not thinking about it too much. I was
Oh,
just
I see.
saying like, okay, this guy is cool.
Yeah.
I knew him for years and maybe I will put some money and I don't care about like if it will be that big problem or not, because it's not a lot of money and it's not like also like I do have issues. I don't have issues with this guy, like with this person in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's quite simple. I am trying not to overcomplicate that because I don't think there is any certain philosophy which can lead you to success. It's not about the strategy in terms of how you calculate the best returns, how
But
you
what
do that.
is it about?
Based on my opinion, it's just about networking and your brand. In the angel investments, on the early stage, it's just about how cool you are and how good networking you have with other people. Because if you are a really cool guy, that's what I see on the site from
Yeah.
other people, like my colleagues, like the founders of Anish, for example. Like everyone, they're really cool guys, and everyone wants them on board. Even if it's like cool or bad projects, everyone wants them on board. And it's really not that hard to do simple due diligence to understand that like these guys are really so cool that you just give them some money and it will be usually nice. Like if you do have expertise in this industry, it's quite obvious to detect which one of them are
Yeah,
cool
you
or
can
not.
you can understand like which projects like may have potential and which are like obvious garbage.
Yes, because they have like, it's social contract, I can say,
Yeah.
because if there are a lot of cool guys who invest into this project,
Yeah.
sometimes it's huge. Not always,
Yeah.
but most of the cases,
Yeah.
like all of them do social consensus about it. It's sometimes there are bullshit issues when like all of them think about it in the same way and you ends up with a scam because everyone was thinking that another guy made a due diligence, but
No, oh no, oh no, no.
but usually it's like not a problem because you
Yeah.
do have like dozens of investments like this.
Yeah.
If you are like a huge guy in this
Yeah.
industry, and even if you have 1 or 2% of them
Yeah.
like this, you don't care because in the end of all, even if like one of them will be like huge, you will
You'll
make profits
profit, yeah.
from all of this
Yeah.
strategy. It's not like my case because I'm not a huge like figure and
Yeah.
I'm not like the person who like everyone is coming to me to like search for my advice or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just see some guys nearby me who are these persons based on my opinion and they have this what I see from the site. And yeah, I'm just lucky enough to be nearby with nice people, I think, and just knew some nice people personally. And maybe part of my technical advice helps them a bit. Just because we are in the same industry, my experience is quite relevant what they are doing, to what they are doing. Maybe they're just a bit earlier because what I did at 1inch, like we grew the company together with the whole team and we got some experience.
Yeah.
I can just share what we made, some like public, like some issues we had,
Yeah.
and just advise what you don't need to do at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like my value as an investor, I think, was for some of the projects. That's it. Quite simple.
Yeah. How do you feel about AI and like do you feel like it's going to change anything in the industry?
I'm not sure because I'm not a huge expert like in the AI.
I mean, just in general, because you're still working in the industry and like you're like software developer, and AI is generating code in seconds, and like
I think it's already changed everything a lot.
yeah, like it changed, but I feel like not that much. And I'm just like curious what you think about what like AI will mean for all the IT industry and software developers.
I mean, I think it will change the way how you work with the code. Maybe you will do it in more conceptual way, more abstract way than you have it right now, or you will be able to do more in the way that you can go deeper, go faster into some things. It will allow you to focus on things that were impossible before because you had not enough skill to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that will significantly change from now. But I'm really like it's really hard to predict right now. Like no one knows. It's just changing so rapidly that you don't never know what will happen tomorrow. I think that maybe there will be a point when everything will be frozen for another couple of years.
Do you think there will be more layoffs in the huge like big tech companies?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Like this is really for me kind of black box because I don't work a lot with. I don't work in the I have never worked in the huge companies as an employer like enough to understand what is going on there in this level. I really don't know what is in the head of decision makers there. I'm not sure it will be happening like in the way that it is going right now. Like it will continue to be this huge.
Yeah.
Just because we still need to have somebody to code. There is no any guarantee right now that AI will replace everyone. Like there is no any.
I don't think that the AI may replace like people, but
I mean, like,
but it may like
software developers.
but it may accelerate your work.
I don't know.
Just like
Maybe at a certain point it will be just degradation, and I think
degradation to what?
of your quality of your work. And after a certain point of AI, people will tend to forget how to do code in general, and they will start to trust to AI that much that you will not be able to understand how to revalidate what is happening. And after this period of time, there will be huge demand in people who are actually able to do all of that without AI, just to reproduce the results and to have some validation. Maybe there will be some tools that allows you to revalidate what is happening without AI, or like another AI on top of AI to validate what this AI is doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of bubble. I don't know. I think you still have, it's just rational to have certain percent of people who are kind of skillful enough to be able to reproduce the same results under some reasonable amount of time, or at least somehow to revalidate what is happening. That's why I think there will be no huge like wave of layoffs everywhere. And there are some industries where you just don't have AI in general because it's too secure. It's too dangerous to put AI there because, I think for the information security is just a huge problem because basically if you will allow ChatGPT to scan your code base, it's kind of, you just don't have any enforcement why it will not share this code base to anyone else. You do have a promise, you do have a social contract, maybe legal contract that it will be not happening, but you never know what will actually happen because it's not protocol enforcement, it's not technical enforcement, it's just like, I promise you from all my bottom of my heart that it will never happen, but that doesn't mean that it will not happen. So that's, I think, the reason why there are some industries where nothing will change for years, maybe, or they will be just crashed. So it's not that simple if you will try to make decisions, like try to generalize it. In crypto industry, in some areas, I think everything's changed rapidly because of that, because there is no any like issues with the security. In all DeFi, I think is evolving a lot. Because you basically don't have any databases of users with their keys. You basically are not able to damage people enough or steal the information because you don't store that. And you are able to use a lot of tools, experiments, like to have experiments with AI freely. And maybe already in the DeFi, I see that like a lot of development of the smart contracts is happening with AI to validate the like issues. To like AI is used for audits a lot, and it's actually doing that quite well. It helps you to analyze the code base from different angles in a much more efficient way than it was before. Like I think it's really cool because before it was only fuzzling, I think, and formal verification that was used for audits of the smart contracts. And
what is fuzzling?
Fuzzling is the way how you basically try to interact with each function of your software, of your program, by using multiple methods of passing several, like, you basically try to put all possible inputs into your function and
Yeah.
try to prove that with all these inputs, you will have expected results.
Is it like some product, or is it the technology?
It's kind of methodology, how you
Yeah.
audit, and how you try to understand how the function will work.
Like any
It's
function, or
Any function,
or
any computer
or,
function.
or is it for smart contracts?
No, it's not related to smart contracts. Basically,
Did you say fuzzlink?
fuzzlink. Yes.
Like FU
ZZ link. Yes.
ZZLINK?
Yes. It's,
Why haven't I heard about that before?
I think, really security audits issue. It's like InfoSec direction. I'm not a huge expert there. I'm not really the guy who knew how to make a nice fuzzlink mechanisms.
Yeah.
But I'm just aware of this methodology that it's applied to
Yeah.
some like functions. Depends on their use case. I mean, depends on how many percentage of guarantees you want to have that this contract is unbreakable. Like sometimes you want to put like several billions into that, and you want to have a guarantee that it will be like unbreakable, and you do have enough budget for that. Like there is a protocol called Aave. It's basically the protocol that allows you to borrow some money and have a collateral.
AWE?
AAVE.
AAVE?
Yes. Like Aave or Aave. And it's the largest protocol in the DeFi that stores some assets in the smart contracts. And the point is that you are able to borrow some money from this protocol,
Yeah.
and you can use some collateral as another asset. there.
Sounds like a banking system.
It's called money markets. Basically, it's the way how you can make short. You can short the position in crypto, for example. You can use collateral as one like asset, and use another asset as that's that you will borrow, and you can do it multiple times, and you can have like 2x short using this protocol, for example. Or if you want to actually get your asset back, but you need another asset for a certain amount of time, you can do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very useful if you do trading and if you have a stable coin,
Yeah.
and you, for a certain period of time, for a short period of time, you want to have, I don't know, Ethereum, but you want to go back from Ethereum to stable coin with the fixed rate that you had before. Like, that's like a nice tool for professional traders, for anyone who is doing trading. It's kind of crucial how you can do more complicated trading strategies than just sell like more expensive assets than it was before. So yeah.
Yeah, I see.
And yeah, so basically this protocol has like several billions of dollars locked in this protocol.
Yeah.
And you want to be sure that it's not easy to hack it.
Yeah,
There is
you
no
want
any-
you want to make it very, very secure. Yeah.
Yes, and there are certain ways how you can do that, and one of them is fuzzling, and another one is not only asking, it's not only about asking several guys to look at it and say
Yeah.
like it's good enough. Like it also works well
Yeah.
actually, but you can formally prove that this function will not behave in any other way than you expect, but it just requires you much more time and investments and like resources altogether. And it's not really easy for any abstract function. You can do that for certain functions sometimes. I'm not really expert as well in the formal verification, but in some ways, like some contracts are used to be formally verified. If you want to store like billions of dollars there, if they are
Yeah.
crucial for the whole ecosystem,
Yeah.
like, and that's the only way for like certain period of time. Right now, I think AI is also helping a lot because it gives you new vectors of attacks that no one expects, or like it's really hard to generate this vector of attack without using some extremely expensive methodology and extremely smart people.
You think like you can use AI just to try to break
Yes.
the code,
Yes.
and
Like
just like to test it for
Yes. I think it's the main use case in crypto, how it changed the landscape, because it was really fundamentally a huge problem that we do have a smart contract risks in crypto, and you need to price that if you want to build something in the DeFi. You don't
What do you mean for smart contract risks? Is
I
it
mean,
is
the
that
function
the
is
risk?
written in a bad way,
Yeah.
and it can be broken, and you can lose money.
It's just like the risk that the function will be broken.
Yes. And if something goes wrong,
Yeah.
even if you are a huge company, you will not see this money,
Yeah.
and you will lose a lot.
Yeah.
And if you want to build something in the DeFi, you need to price that risk on top of other risks you have, like legal risk, compliance stuff. And it's a huge problem because if you are a huge company, you don't want to have additional risk.
And do you think that with AI you can just like reduce that risk?
Yes, you can have some more clarity and more expectations that it will be better. It's not for a certain company right now, it's just for the whole industry. Based on the statistics, I think, based on the data, over a certain period of time, you will see less like issues with this type of problem, just because it will be more general and more easier to use AI like than extremely high paid experts. And in general, everyone will be more safe because of that. Like in general, most of the smart contracts that have a lot of budget, they are not hacked, but not everyone have this money. Like if you are building a startup, you don't have like $100,000 just to audit your code.
Yeah.
And in crypto, it's kind of crucial to audit what you are doing. Otherwise, you will be hacked with guarantee almost. And it's really like huge problem for startups that can be solved by AI for a certain amount of percents.
Yeah.
Just speed it up and have less news about that in the like. That's I think one of the most practical and obvious thing that changed right now already, and maybe we will see like more stuff related to the security and the smart contracts in the future, because maybe you can use more sophisticated language, more sophisticated type system, and I don't know, computation system that allows you to do more secure things. It was impossible to do that before because of the entry barrier, because it's really hard to learn how to program such things. And right now you don't need to learn, you can just use AI.
You can just like
I don't know.
try to do something and see if it works.
You can use AI and just understand how it works with the help of the AI, for example. I'm not sure it will be a thing, but maybe you can just build like already a guaranteed system that works safe by default almost. And it's just extremely hard to write something there. Like Haskell, I don't know. Haskell is not a system that allows you to have guarantees by default, but it's much more reliable in the way how you can build stuff on top of that. You just can't write anything on top of it easily.
Yeah.
But with the AI, maybe you can.
Yeah.
And you can write with much more experimental languages and with much more sophisticated type systems, like frameworks that gives you much more guarantees.
Yeah.
And the costs will be a lot of onboarding will be still the same because of the AI. You still need this to have just a smart person, not like extremely smart person. For that. Maybe that's how it will be changing over time. I don't know.
Let's say you're like a college student or just like fresh out of college. Would you advise these people to try to build something of their own startup, like just to try experiment with something and try to build something, or just like go into the industry and like start there and see how it goes from there?
I can't say that I can advise something because it depends on the person's position. Like, I think it depends on your like lifestyle, what you like, what your current position is. If you have extremely nice opportunity to build something, I think it's nice to do that. Depends on what alternatives you have. If like in my personal case, I was not having like a lot of other ways how you can make money. It was obvious for me to do what I was doing.
But is there really any other way to make money?
I don't know. I think it depends on your own situation,
Like
on your position.
how I see that right now, you can either like work in any trading company and make money there, or you can uh, like just like found your own startup and try to build your product and sell it.
I think, yes, maybe like this. Right now, yes, that makes sense. It depends also on your skills, on your background, on your
But just
legal
like
situation in the country.
But just like in any other option, the taxes are so high that you get pretty nice salary, but still everything you get is just like enough to cover the bills, and that's it.
I think it depends on the country. If you see that you are not able to make wealth there, if you want to still make some wealth, it's about risk to reward ratio and what guarantees you do have in the country. There are some countries where you do have nice healthcare, nice everything, but you don't have guarantees to build your wealth.
Yeah.
There are opposite countries where you can build a lot of, like, build a huge wealth, but
Yeah.
everything else is quite low, and there are huge risks.
Yeah.
It's always about risks and like what you are able to do with them. Sometimes you just need to be sure that risks are worth it. Like if you have risk, you understand that you are
But
able to use it.
But is there really like such thing as a low risk?
I think it's kind of obvious that you have a huge risk, that when you risk all, like all your career,
Yeah.
all your money, all your projects, and all times you like have all in. It's obvious to detect these situations when you have all in and like not all in situations. When you risk with certain period of, like with certain money, with certain strategy, I think it's quite easy to like isolate risks sometimes because you know what is the budget for this idea, for this concept. And you can try it firstly to do something like this and like see what will be happening. I think the main problem is that, yeah, it's really hard to count the risks if you're not like extremely sophisticated quant trading engineer and you don't know how to calculate them for like not financial
Yeah.
things but for real life things. But it's kind of obvious that if you're building a startup, it's almost all in usually,
Yeah.
because if something goes wrong, you will just lose the startup and maybe it's just what you're doing, that's it.
But like, is it really a bad thing? Like, you try to do startup, it fails.
Nope.
You get to experience like how not to do things, and then you can start again
Yes.
with all that knowledge how not to do things, and that more than zero.
I think it depends on your situation. Like if you do have enough capacity, enough resources to experiment, if you, like I had some savings, I spent like 3 years experimenting.
Yeah.
I had a nice journey. I learned a
Yeah.
lot, much
Yeah.
more than in a huge company.
Yeah.
But I spent quite a lot of money on that and quite a lot of my physical resources and mental
Yeah.
health.
Yeah.
And in my way, it was
Like,
okay because I
as I
had
s-
capacity.
As I see it, like the main downside is that it just like mentally hard to continue to do something when you don't see any results.
Yep. And also you can lose like a lot of resources, your mental resources, and you will be not ready to fight, to continue to argue
Yeah.
with anyone else, to go to another industry. Sometimes you just attached to some things like irrationally too
Yeah.
much, and you are not able to.
You're not able to let go when it's time to let go.
Yes, and it's not easy
can
to
relate to
overview that if you are talking about that, like not at that moment when you're doing that, but like it's easy to think about it after you made it, after you
Yeah.
realize that it's
Yeah.
happened. But at that moment, it's really painful, and it depends on your mental situation, depends on your financial situation. Sometimes you're not allowed to make a mistake, like you can't make it because you have some people that depends on you, and maybe you like they invest into you as well, like a lot, and you can't fuck up.
The pressure is huge.
Sometimes, I mean, like everyone have its own situation. Sometimes it's not as good as I had. I mean, like I had no risks at all.
Yeah.
Like no one will die if I will fuck up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't lose any health at all, almost at all, by doing the startups. But some people can lose all by that. And
What actually can you lose? I don't
I mean,
understand.
like you can invest all your money, all
Yeah.
your friends' money, and
Yeah.
the moment when you want to,
Okay, the worst case scenario, you just lose money.
or the worst case, you can lose your health. You can go crazy. You can
Yeah,
go to a
yeah.
hospital.
That
or
is actually the issue. Yeah.
you can lose trust of like your friends. You
Yeah.
can lose your like people you had nearby.
Yeah.
Or you can just spend most of your life doing some stuff that
So like
everything fucked up.
so just like the main downsides is just like this journey is mentally hard.
I think it's just hard as anything else. It just
Just like mentally harder than like having a stable job.
yes. I mean, it's just the way how you can work with your risks. I can say that's it. Like there are risks and rewards.
Yeah.
You can do average risk and average reward.
Yeah.
You can do low risk and low reward. You can have high risk, high reward. And startups sometimes it's high risk, high reward. But sometimes it's just high risk and low reward.
But to me it more sounds like low risk, high reward because
Depends on what is your
like you for example you work in the industry like at some regular job you can't really influence on the success at all actually what you're doing actually like it just like really small percentage of what will actually contribute to the success and like okay you write some code, you merge it, you did a great job, okay, like yeah, good job, you progress something, but it doesn't affect like influence the actual success. And but when you do something of your own, you have direct influence on the success, and that is actually sounds to me like lower risks than relying on other people to do their job and like drive all of your team to the success.
I think it depends on your current skills. Like if you, after a certain period of time, you acquire more and more knowledge and you are able to use it in certain ways. And if you do have nothing, it's almost no risks if you lose it all because you have nothing.
Yeah,
And
makes sense.
you can do whatever you want in the startups.
Yeah.
However, if you will start to acquire knowledge, some capital, some finance,
Yeah.
if every new year you have more and more to lose, and if you have nothing for 4 years,
Yeah.
and somebody else have at least something for these years,
Yeah.
it's already like not really the same situation. And if you will try to modulate what you will have in 10 years and 15 years, 20 years, that's where you will feel the alternative costs of what you can do
But
at the same time.
But really, it seems like there is like no other path to wealth. Either you work in trading, or you try to do your own startup, or you try to be an influencer. Like I see only these roads.
Maybe I not really was thinking about that in this way. That I'm not sure that it's that simple that you do have only one of them. I think it's also sometimes more complicated, more sophisticated. I can't even imagine how sophisticated it can be. Like you can do, I don't know, selling something like flower pots
But
in Serbia and make a capital and wealth.
But that is like equivalent of doing your own business.
Maybe
like
you will never consider it as your own business. I don't know. Maybe somebody will give you tips in Dubai in a club, and you will buy like a Rolls Royce from it, and after that you will sell it 10x more because it's a superstar. I don't know. Like, it's sometimes always a gambling part.
That is the same as doing business.
I don't know, like it depends how you will specify what is business, but yeah, I mean, I think it depends on your situation in general. Like, I mean, if you are more suitable for business because you don't have huge talent, that is obvious, and you don't have a huge opportunities in the universities because it's the top university, it's obvious that you're not going to the best place because there are much more people who are smarter than you.
Yeah.
And if you will try to do like regular stuff, like working in the company, you will not have a lot of capital.
Yeah.
And maybe if you will try to just calculate how much money you can make in 10 years by just be like ordinary engineer
Yeah.
or doing a startup, it can be a different solution compared to situation when you are talented, extremely talented engineer that is the top 10 person
Yeah.
in the world, and you already had like a huge offers in
Yeah.
Google. You still can do a lot of great things as a startup as well because
Yeah.
you're like talented.
Yeah.
But maybe the math expectations are like different to you in this way,
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
it just depends on your situation, like on the start, and depends on that. Like my personal situation was obvious for me because I didn't had any huge opportunities to go, I don't know, to any investment banking or like McKinsey or like any other top tier companies
Yeah.
who offers you a lot of money as a student. And I had only one alternative: is like going to routine engineer job or going to startup.
Yeah.
And in my way, I saw that routine engineer job was so bad, was so boring for me
Yeah.
that I had no other choice than going to startups.
Yeah.
And I was trying to experiment a lot, and I had
Yeah.
an opportunity for that, and just a lot of like fun doing that. I just was, even if I will never had anything from that,
Yeah.
I was never.
But at least you got some great experience, like some unique experience that not really easy to find anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, like I never considered it as a mistake. I can say just because I had enough fun from it, and I was collecting that as more than enough what I need to like be happy. I can say, but in my case, it was the best option. I say, I think it was obvious based on my opinion. However, if I was like, I don't know, much more smarter at that point, if I had much more achievements in the like using as a winner, I don't know, multiple international Olympiads, maybe it will be much more complicated for me to go this way because I don't know, I could join like high frequency trading company like in my 19 and make like a fortune in 25, and it will be almost guaranteed if like the end of the world will not start it. Or like will not happen. So it depends on like what you have as a background. If you don't have anything, it's much more easier to do risky things and to gamble.
Because
but
you don't have anything to lose. Yeah.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that it's continue to be the same over years because you're also changing. You need to calculate your risks, and after a certain period of time, if you have nothing still, maybe it's the moment when you not allowed to gamble more because you still need to have something in the end of whole. But it's just like an optimization issue. Like it's more math than philosophy, I can say. You can just try to put certain values and try to optimize based on that. I think it's much more obvious than try to like imagine these situations. Just try to calculate it based on your expectations.
Yeah.
Usually I think they're quite correct. They're close to the reality because you usually estimate yourself quite fine. Based on my experience, if you are thinking about like how much you will earn, if you're wondering about this, I think you already have nice estimations because if you're not wondering about this, you will not think about it. Yeah, so it's kind of this style of philosophy, I think.
Thank you so much for coming here today and sharing your experience. I think it was really great, and I had a lot of fun talking to you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I'd like to do that again sometime, maybe in some time.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
It was nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you guys for watching this, and see you in the next video.